All right, test. Let's see if we are live. And I believe we are. I need to make sure we're actually live on Twitch as well. This is our first time doing both. Welcome to anybody that's just joining us. Make sure to like the live stream here on YouTube if you are just joining us. Obviously, there are several severe thunderstorms actually across central and as well as northwestern North Texas. These will eventually move toward North Texas tonight. I'll be going over everything that you know about these storms and what's going on right now. There is a potential for baseball-sized hail right now just northeast of Abilene. So this is a very severe storm. We've seen already a storm produce baseball-sized hail near Throckmorton, and these storms are all capable of producing now very large hail. There are very strong updrafts with these storms, which is a very big concern tonight. Again, we'll be monitoring this very closely for you over the next several really over the next several minutes as well as the next hour. So again, make sure to like the live stream and make sure you do share the live stream as well. This is our first time doing an exclusive live stream on YouTube. Obviously, for right now, Facebook is off limits in terms of live streams. Unfortunately, I cannot control that, but all right, let's get right into the storm. So as of right now, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for those in Abilene, Clyde. This is the potential for baseball-sized hail and damaging wind gusts currently up to 60 miles per hour will be possible. Again, this is right along Interstate 20 and right along 351. And again, that black area there is going to represent your hail core. And as you can see here, this is where the largest hailstones are falling right now. And this is the latest on a report of golf ball-sized hail of that was 12 minutes ago. So this is actually not updated yet, but there was a report of golf ball sized hail reported by the public it looks like in Taylor, Texas. That is basically right on the county line there northeast of Abilene. There's at least been golf ball sized hail reported. Let's go to the hail radar. This will give us an idea of what hailstone sizes we're actually talking about right now. I'm going to go over the last 30 minutes, and this should give us an idea of what's actually falling according to the computer estimates at this point. And we'll see what that's looking like in terms of the hail sizes. Now, this I don't think is going to be the right. Nope, 61 inches is not the right hail size. Let's go and try to restart this here. Give us an idea on what the hail size is right now. Computer estimates. Whatever reason, this does not want to update. This is probably not right either. Okay, good time to not be updating. All right, we'll just go with this for now. So as you can see, this is basically what we're looking at in terms of the hail core right now. So again, this is just, it looks like southwest of Albany. And again, this is between Albany and Abilene. So basically the two A's, but you can see this is right along 351 right now. The hail core is potentially producing hail up to the size of even tennis balls. So this is very large hail again. And even, you know, in the far northeast of Taylor County, you can see that there's hail up to the size of golf balls right there on the county line. Again, this is a very large storm here that we're looking at in terms of golf ball to potentially, as well as maybe even up to tennis ball sized hail with this storm. So very large hail is falling right now with this storm, and as you can see, there's a considerable threat. And again, there's not really any tornado threat tonight. We have very weak low level shear, so I'm not that concerned about any sort of tornado threat with these storms. But if there was actually some shear, we could very well see a lot of rotating supercells right now. But again, this is where your hail core is. The main area that we're looking for that hail is going to be really represented here where I kind of drew the line. So basically anywhere in the black shaded region there, that's where your largest hailstones are currently falling. Usually it's going to be on the southwestern end of the storm, so basically right about here is where the largest hailstones are falling right now. Back off to the northeast near Albany, there's also a very strong storm, might become severe storm thunderstorm warning at some point soon. And again, this is northeast of Abilene, so again, this is near Albany right now. There's a strong storm there, maybe some quarter-sized hail with that. There's also been reports of golf ball-sized hail, even though it's warned currently for quarter-sized hail. This was only a few minutes ago. There was reports of golf ball-sized hail with this storm, and it very well could get larger near Breckenridge. So it's already gone through the most populated region there of Breckenridge. It is now moving east, and this will eventually, again, these storms are going to be tracking toward DFW later tonight. So this will be another storm to watch as well very closely. And I would definitely be mainly concerned about damaging winds and maybe some large hailstones. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning up near Wichita Falls, and this storm is producing the potential for quarter-sized hail. As of right now, that's the largest hailstone size reported near Wichita Falls. And as you can kind of see, it's not actually that impressive of a storm. It's definitely a supercell thunderstorm, but it's not really, you know, how impressive the storms are down to the south. See, there's been a couple of reports of quarter-sized hail by trained weather spotters in the area, so around 7 o'clock and as well as 6:57, and just a few miles to the west of of Wichita Falls, but it is over Wichita Falls right now where the hail core is. You can see right along Interstate 44, 287, and 240. Those areas are where that hail core is right now. And again, that's kind of in the northwestern part of Wichita Falls and also kind of in that downtown area where the largest hailstones are falling as of right now. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning near Temple right now, just over the Red River Valley. So there are several severe thunderstorm warnings, as I mentioned before. There's also one that's just southwest of Abilene as well that will likely track toward, as well as Taylor County again, pretty much within the next 15 to 30 minutes. So there are several severe thunderstorm warnings again that we're watching very closely. This one being the most prominent at this point with that baseball-sized hail potential as of right now. And again, going back to the hail radar, we're gonna actually look at this from both storms, not just this one, but as well as the Breckenridge storm, or yeah, the Breckenridge storm as well. We'll kind of take a look at what the computer is estimating in terms of hailstone sizes. But again, it is a pretty rural area, and there's actually a new we might get a severe thunderstorm watch pretty soon. There's a new mesocyclone discussion, which we'll get to probably right now, and we'll take a look at what the Storm Prediction Center is saying right now. Let's go and take a look at that and see what they're saying in terms of maybe a severe thunderstorm watch. As of right now, severe thunderstorms are expected to continue for another hour or two, but the Storm Prediction Center says a severe thunderstorm watch is unlikely. So as of right now, it looks like we will not see a severe thunderstorm watch issued, but that does include literally all the way over into DFW. So it's a fairly large area with this mesocyclone discussion. Really all it means is that they're kind of discussing what's going on in terms of severe weather and what is expected over the next several hours. So basically what they're saying is numerous storms have developed along the dry line. Again, that's back out to our west where these storms are developed right now. And these storms are expected to persist for another hour or two before weakening after sunset, which makes sense. Daylight heating will expire. CAP will start to strengthen again. That should set in probably in about an hour or two, but there's a lot in between now and then that we'll see in terms of these storms. Most of these storms, by the way, are not moving very fast. 15 to 20 miles per hour is all. This one, as of right now, I believe is moving about 15 miles per hour. We'll actually get a track on this one since this will be going toward areas like Mineral Wells here pretty soon. And let's go and get a track on this storm and see what's kind of going on here. Let's go and put tracks real quick. I'm just going to see what the storm is tracking at right now. I'm going to go ahead and guesstimate here. It's about 15 miles per hour. It doesn't really say it on here. But let's go ahead and get a little track on this storm here. Again, this is going to be going toward DFW, probably the quickest one as of right now. Let's go to about 20 miles per hour just in case it might be going slightly faster. So your timing's on the left side of your screen. As you can see, Grafford right around 8:29. Mineral Wells probably right around 9 o'clock or so. Millsap 9:15. And eventually Cool probably right around 9:15, 9:20 as well. So that's the track on this storm. It is going east toward most likely DFW. And I would not be shocked if this storm did last until DFW, like areas like Fort Worth or Denton County. However, I'm not anticipating this to be as severe or at the same magnitude by the time it gets there. So as of right now, I'm not expecting that. And there's actually now been reports with this storm near Breckenridge right along Route 180 of hail the size of 2.8 inches, into diameter. So that's pretty close to tennis ball sized hail that has just been reported near, let's see, that's about 4 miles east of Breckenridge. This is again in Stevens County. And this has been reported in the downtown area of Breckenridge, about 4 miles east, of the downtown area of Breckenridge. Where downtown Breckenridge is, there was golf ball sized hail reported in that area. Now we're kind of in a bit more of a rural area right along Route 180. And again, this has been reported at the size of a baseball, just over baseball sized hail. So I'd call it baseball plus sized hail as of right now with this storm. So there's again very large hail that has been reported with this storm. So you should be monitoring this very closely if you're in Breckenridge. Again, back down to the southwest, there is a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for baseball sized hail. So there's also some severe weather ongoing with this storm. Again, that's going toward Clyde eventually. As of right now, we know that there's at least been golf ball sized hail reported with this storm. The computer's estimating that there's potentially up to baseball sized hail though with that storm. So again, there's several severe thunderstorm warnings all the way up to Wichita Falls, pretty much all spaced apart in terms of these thunderstorms, but this has been confirmed to be having the largest hailstone sizes as of right now, with baseball sized hail was just reported again along Route 180. And this will be heading toward Mineral Wells again. That will be going toward Palo Pinto County and likely as well as Parker County, maybe even Wise County as well. So a lot to watch again here over the next several minutes. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll get to chat in just a second. I haven't really been looking at it. But again, this is our main storm right now. I'll go through the timing as well and get a little bit of a future radar look for you as well for those that are just joining us in terms of when to expect storms tonight. All right. Is there weak rotation? No, I don't think there's any rotation with these storms. There are strong downdrafts with this storm, which is producing damaging winds. So if we go and take a look at that, there are winds being estimated by radar right around 56 miles per hour at the peak, which you can go and estimate right around 60. And you can see right here, a little speck here right along Route 183, which is right around 60 miles per hour. So there's definitely some strong winds with that storm. The one near Abilene isn't nearly as strong in terms of damaging winds. It has the potential up to 60 miles per hour. Also has very strong downdrafts. And you can see kind of basically northwest of Clyde, just northeast of Abilene, there's some damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour there. So very similar storms overall. I'm surprised this warning near Breckenridge has not been upgraded to baseball-sized hail at this point. I'm really not sure why they haven't done that. But again, this is producing baseball-sized hail as of about 13 minutes ago. There was a confirmed report of that. And again, this is basically affecting anywhere near Crystal Falls, Breckenridge, and Necessity. So those areas are currently in the track of this severe thunderstorm warning right now. Hey Storm Mode, how you doing? Welcome on in. And as well as Abba, thank you for joining. How you doing? Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it. From Alan. I don't think Alan will see too much tonight. Maybe some rain. I don't expect much in terms of severe weather for the DFW Metroplex tonight. Again, most of these storms will be weakening by the time they get there. There's obviously a mesocyclone discussion, including western DFW, so that kind of means there might be a potential for maybe some marginally severe storms. Right now, what we're looking at is actually a little bit beyond what was forecasted today. We weren't really expecting anything beyond ping pong ball sized hail, and I obviously mentioned that in my forecast. But we've already seen reports of nearly tennis ball sized hail with a couple of storms. This is not the only one that's produced it. We've also seen it with the storm near Abilene, and there's actually been reports with this storm near Throckmorton was not severe thunderstorm warned, and it produced up to tennis ball sized hail. So there's been extremely large hail even with this storm that was not even warned. Actually, it was baseball sized hail, excuse me, but still extremely large hail. That was reported by law enforcement right around 6:30, so 50 minutes ago, and that storm was not warned in terms of a severe thunderstorm warning. So there has been very large hail with all these storms. Again, there is going to be probably an ongoing threat for this large hail threat for the next couple of hours, maybe even some damaging wind gusts along with that. So yeah, no rotating storms right now. I mean, there's very weak rotation that's in the upper levels. The lower levels will not have any rotation, again, mainly due to the fact the windshield, excuse me, the wind shear is just so weak tonight. And again, these storms are moving very slow as well. They're only moving about 10 to 15 miles per hour, maybe up to 20 miles per hour at this point, but that's about it. There's also a couple of showers also back off to the north near Bryson, as well as Throckmorton as well. Weakening storms basically back off to the north, and this storm is obviously the largest supercell at this point. Again, producing the largest hail right along Route 180. Can we expect rain or bad storms for Springtown? I believe Springtown's in DFW. I think DFW, for the most part, will see weakening storms. So, again, any storms that enter DFW, I would expect the main threat tonight to be potentially up to... All right, so I just had somebody report Breckenridge, Texas had golf ball sized hail to baseball sized. Okay, so that was basically what we're just looking at. Sorry, but yeah, DFW, the maximum hail size I'm expecting tonight, even though we've already been, underestimating the hail sizes back off to the west, I would expect the maximum to maybe be $quarter to $half sized hail if that does occur. And also maybe the potential for some damaging wind gusts. But yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in chat. Again, we're watching 3 supercells right now. There's one near Wichita Falls, which has had a dozen reports. I'm actually going to go back to this one up here in Wichita Falls real quick. This one has had a enormous amount of reports right along Interstate 44. So this is obviously causing some damage to potentially vehicles. Again, that is right along Interstate 44. Hail to the size of quarters has been reported as far north as even north of Route 287. So this is not even near the hail core. Also, there's also been a couple more reports, quarter-sized. We've also seen other quarter-sized, nickel-sized, and quarter-sized. So we've seen a lot of quarter-sized hail reports in Wichita Falls. So obviously, for those in Wichita Falls, there's a lot going on there in terms of storms. No, I'm not expecting any severe weather in Alvin, Texas tonight, Melinda. That is very far south of this area that we're watching tonight, so I would not expect anything there. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Welcome. All right, going back down to the Abilene radar as well, just kind of get an idea of what these storms are doing right now. Let's go back to the hail radar. I wanted to look at this storm. I mean, to bring up my settings. Going back to the storm, though, near Breckenridge. And let's see what the computer model, or not the computer model, excuse me, the computer is estimating in terms of hailstone sizes right now. And this is actually what it's estimating. So you can see there's been estimates up to about 2.4 inches in diameter, which is just shy of baseball-sized hail. But there has been a report of hailstone sizes up to 2.8 inches in diameter, so it's actually a little bit higher what the computer model is estimating right now. But as of right now, we're seeing very large hail again right along Route 180. This is just east of Breckenridge, and this will be going toward DFW in a little bit, but it will probably not produce the same hailstone size that's producing right now. Again, here's a little bit of a look at the hail core right now. Any of those black areas or anything really in that pink has that potential for very large hail. Again, very strong updrafts are helping to create very large hailstone sizes right now. And again, here's your main area of concern right now. That's just east of Breckenridge. It's going to be going into a rural area. You can kind of see the roads. There's not really a whole lot. There's a few roads here and there, but nothing that looks like it's that populated. Obviously, Breckenridge, the downtown area, got hit with golf ball sized hail, so there's been already some large hail there. And you kind of see there's actually a little storm near Throckmorton that looks like it's trying to develop right now. That will be something to watch as well. That's along Route 183. And then again, the baseball-sized hail potential does exist here near Abilene. Looks like the main threat is going to be off to the northeast of there, though. I would expect nothing greater than quarter size in Abilene for right now. And also just northwest of Clyde and Byard. Those areas currently seeing a little bit of hail just off to your northwest. That will eventually be moving toward your region as well. That's what we're looking at as of right now. Little Elm is not looking at anything right now. Again, storms maybe a little bit later, but for right now, no severe weather there currently. I would not expect any storms there for another couple of hours. I'll go ahead and load up the future radar. Let's see. On day 7 to 8, released report was pretty extreme wording. Let me go and take a look. I know there is going to be a trough next week. I kind of mentioned that on our video forecast this morning. So if you haven't taken a look at that, I kind of went into detail of what we'll look at with that trough. Not really great detail, but I kind of mentioned it a little bit. Let me look real quick. Yeah, so basically what they're saying, it's going to be a negatively tilted trough. So what that basically means, usually when we see negatively tilted troughs, we see a greater increase of severe weather. So what we're looking at next week is a potential for a severe weather outbreak. I don't know if it's going to be across Texas. I might be more to our north. But as of right now, there's a potential that we see an increase in severe weather next week, sometime late next week. I'll go ahead and I'll put up the little graphic here, kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at next week. I'll go and use the GFS model, even though I don't usually use it for this sort of stuff. But this will be a negatively tilted trough. Basically what that means, again, the positively tilted one doesn't usually bring a whole lot in terms of severe weather, but negatively tilted ones do. That's not going to really show us anything. Let me go to the European model. I think most of the activity, again, will probably be off to our north next week. Also, I'll show you guys the future radar for tonight as well. Today's Thursday, or today's Friday. Okay, so let me go and change over to this screen, and let's go on to this. All right, so here's a look at next week. This is basically, I'm going to actually bring up the jet stream instead. This is the jet stream, basically kind of getting an idea of what the jet stream looks like next week. So as of right now, the Storm Prediction Center is particularly looking at this situation next week of a potential for maybe a severe weather outbreak. Now, where this will happen is a big question mark right now, but this is your jet stream. Again, here's where your trough would be located. Very deepening trough, as you can really see. I mean, this is a very deep trough into the jet stream. And eventually, it kind of looks like it might go into the southern plains. Main area of concern will probably be here, so it might include Texas, but with how this is set up on the future radar as of right now, it looks like that it most likely will be primarily off to our north, mainly because of how far south you could kind of see the jet is not nearly as strong down to the south. So it'll be something to watch, but I don't really have too much of a concern in terms of severe weather at this point. This is just a look at the future radar. Let me go into the southern plains just to kind of give you a little bit of a closer look here. This will be next week. So this is basically next Thursday and Friday. Main storm activity Thursday is off to the north. This is a little look at, looks like late Thursday maybe. A couple of storms maybe to our east, Friday maybe, and Saturday. Something maybe near next Sunday or Monday, but that doesn't seem to be the same system that we're looking at in terms of what the Storm Prediction Center is mentioning. So it'll be something to watch, but I don't have too much of a concern about it as of right now, at least for North Texas. It's probably going to be a greater concern to the Central Plains. With how the severe weather pattern, or really the pattern's been setting up for May so far, it's basically looking like it'll probably be primarily off to our north. Here's a look at the future radar, though, for those that are wondering in terms of what to expect for storms tonight. This is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You can see these will start to approach areas back out to the west again, probably near Graham, and as well as near Mineral Wells right around 8 to 9 o'clock. As of right now, it is 7:26, so this is in a couple of hours. Really in about an hour and a half. By 10 to 11 o'clock, some showers and storms will approach the Metroplex. Again, they might still be severe by the time they get to maybe Weatherford. I would expect most of us in DFW to just see weak showers and maybe some storms. And going into Saturday, as of right now, there's maybe a chance for a few passing showers or storms during the morning. A little bit of a look at it on the HRR from earlier. Kind of shows maybe some activity back out to the northeast. There's also potential for severe weather, by the way, on Sunday. And that's primarily back out to our northeast, but it will be something to watch as well for those near Paris. And let me go back to the other screen. There we go. But we'll watch that as well pretty closely. I'll kind of go in depth again into that as well pretty shortly. Kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty confident about it. Yeah, I mean, if they were more confident about it, they would likely be putting out an outlook, but as of right now, they're confident. I mean, there's a lot of confidence that there'll be a strong trough next week, but the big question mark is where will this set up? So they can't really put a probability onto that right now. By the way, new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Putnam and as well as Bayard and as well as Clyde. Those areas for the potential for golf ball sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. This is right along Interstate 20 right now, east of Abilene. So this is just east of Abilene again, probably by about 30 minutes if you're driving. So near Clyde right now, that's where that storm is currently located. Here's a bit of a track for you as well. So as you can see, Clyde right around right now, actually. Putnam right around 8:15 and Carbon 9:12. That's kind of the track on that. So Eastland, I know I've had a few viewers saying we haven't seen rain in so long. Why are we not seeing anything? It feels like we've been in a cap forever. Well, actually, I'm expecting you to probably see something tonight. It looks like it's kind of setting up to be like that. So that's good news there. By the way, there's a huge hail core that's developed just southwest of Graham. And this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. I do have to post this because this is obviously very important. But those in Graham, there's a potential for hail up to the size of tennis balls. So this is the latest severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued again for areas in Graham. Potential for, again, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also tennis ball sized hail. One second, guys. Just got to post this real quick. Again, anybody in Graham, you should be really preparing for that potential for maybe hail up to the size of tennis balls. And this is, again, going off to the northeast. And regardless, there's a lot of heavy rain with this. Very strong downdrafts right now bring that damaging wind potential. Very strong updrafts, on the other hand, bring that potential for very large hail. So again, this is going toward Graham right now. It's moving kind of in the northeasterly direction, going towards 67. Unfortunately, I don't have roads for this county for some reason, but I'll go ahead and give you an idea of where this is heading right now. Again, this warning does include those in Newcastle and Graham. Those are the two towns or aka cities that are kind of right now in that warning right now. So again, that is going to the northeast. Yeah, hail's the main threat actually right now. I was expecting hail to be the main threat, but honestly, I was thinking damaging winds would be a bit more of a factor, which has been so far. $50 sized hail, by the way, was just reported in Wichita Falls. But again, there's hail up to the size of tennis balls right now, falling just southwest of Graham. I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of a look of where this is right now in terms of areas that are just south of Graham. And again, if you guys have any pictures, by the way, that you own, make sure to send them on in to North Texas Weather Center on Facebook by Messenger. And this is near South Bend right now. And Eliasville. Those are the areas that it's near right now. That's where the hail core is. So again, this is just to the north of Breckenridge. This is going off to the northeast. A bit of a track for you. It probably will not go the full duration to the northeast, but as of right now in the short term, it's going to be going towards Graham. That's where we're kind of looking right now. Again, going toward Route 380 eventually, as well as, again, going toward Graham. It's a pretty rural area that's in right now, so that's a good sign there. It's going again towards South Bend. And here's the latest radar view. Again, very large hailstones. It's in a pretty rural area as of right now, but extremely large hail falling, again, just southwest of Graham. Up to tennis ball sized hail, again, falling southwest of Graham. And again, this is off to the north of Breckenridge, going toward South Bend. Going toward, it's actually right along 3109 right now, the road, and as well as 701. Eliasville is also kind of in the track of that. Eliasville is a pretty small town, but it is in the little area there. It's near 701. That's where we're looking right now. Again, very large hail core that we're looking at right now. So, again, make sure that you are taking your car into your garage. Make sure you're taking the proper precautions this evening. Bring your plants inside. Do that sort of thing in case there is hail damage and whatnot tonight. Storm Prediction Center for tonight. Are you talking about tonight? Hail was bad in Buffalo Gap, Texas. I'm honestly not 100% sure where that is. I'll go and look that up real quick. The towns don't pop up on here. Oh, near Abilene. Yeah, there was I think some golf ball sized hail reported there, wasn't there? Yeah, a little while ago there was some in the city of View. Obviously, we still got some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing near Clyde and as well as Putnam, and this area has the potential for golf ball sized hail. And also damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And again, back off to the north, this warning here near Breckenridge has only been upgraded, has produced baseball-sized hail 1 point. It's only now $half sized hail that's being currently estimated by radar, and it's honestly probably right as of right now. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible there. And again, our new severe thunderstorm warning that is ongoing near Graham. This is producing the potential for tennis ball-sized hail. And the current track of this right now, it's moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So it's going to be there pretty soon. I'll get a track on that in just a second. Little storm, by the way, forming just southwest of Jacksboro. That'll be something to watch as well. Those in Wichita Falls and tuning in from Wichita Falls, there has been $half sized hail reported there near Pleasant Valley, Wichita Falls. This will be moving northeast fairly slowly, maybe going toward Dean or Jolly. Those areas are kind of in the warning there. But again, a destructive severe thunderstorm warning was issued by the National Weather Service. Again, that is going to the northeast toward Graham. So a new severe thunderstorm warning producing tennis ball sized hail. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. We are watching the severe thunderstorm warning very closely for you. It is producing, again, the potential for tennis ball sized hail. It is moving off to the northeast. I'll go and post that on Twitter. By the way, if you have not already, make sure to follow us on Twitter. Subscribe here to our YouTube channel. You can also chat if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, as well as make sure to follow us on Facebook and as well as on Twitch. We're actually on Twitch, by the way. We're live streaming on Twitch right now. Just NTXWC if you wanted to go check that out there. Doing a little beta stream on there. But other than that, doing dual stream both on YouTube and Twitch right now. All right, we're going to take most of our attention to this storm right now, just southwest of Graham. As of right now, this is in a pretty rural area. It's going toward, again, near Eliasville, and as well as going towards South Bend. And it'll eventually go toward Graham, going right along 67 right now. It'll eventually move probably toward Route 380. It might impact Newcastle. As of right now, the track isn't really going toward there. It's probably going to go closer to Graham. Yeah, Luis, you can. Just message me and I'll be able to receive it. Oh, I see you just sent one. I did not realize that. I don't think I'll probably won't be able to show it on stream, but I can at least look at it here. Yeah, there's some large hail in, where was that again? Buffalo Gap. That was one area that had large hail. Yeah, these storms have very strong updrafts right now. We're watching a very favorable environment for hail, which again was not forecasted originally. We were looking at maybe up to ping pong ball sized hail. We've seen now 3 storms, actually 4. This is our 4th storm producing up to, or at least exceeding the potential for baseball sized hail. So this is extremely large hail that we're looking at right now. Again, this is an extremely favorable environment for large hail. Again, this was not originally forecasted for those that are just joining us. Honestly, I was forecasting up to ping pong ball sized hail, but these storms have well exceeded what we were expecting tonight. Cap broke. Again, temperatures exceeded 100 in several of these areas, which really gave away to no cap being in place. So, I mean, it's been an impressive amount of hail that we've seen so far with these storms. Again, baseball sized hail has been reported in Throckmorton about an hour ago. Breckenridge only about 20 minutes ago, and as well as there was some, I believe, near Abilene, which was golf ball sized hail. There's also some just southwest of Abilene that was also golf ball sized hail about 30 to 45 minutes ago there. So There's extremely large hail falling with these storms. Anywhere in that black is representing your largest hailstone sizes. So those are really where you're looking for your hail cores, and also those whites that are kind of appearing there. Again, that's extremely large hail that we're watching there right now. So again, there's extremely large hail that we're looking at right now across these areas. And this is going toward Eliasville, and as well as going toward South Bend. And I'm going to take a look at the lightning maps, and I'll also bring up the infrared imagery here on my software here. But I'm going to go and take a look at how much lightning we're seeing with these storms right now, because there's obviously probably a lot of lightning with these storms right now. So as of right now, with the collective storms from Wichita Falls down to San Angelo, there's 65 strikes per minute. It's actually not that high. Thought it'd be a little bit higher than that, but as of right now, 65 strikes per minute is being reported in terms of lightning. So these are not actually highly electrifying storms. I mean, we see a couple of supercells. There's also now potential for ping pong ball sized hail near Wichita Falls. So that's a new severe thunderstorm warning there. For those that are just joining us from Wichita Falls, that includes Lakeside City, Jolly Dean, potential for ping pong ball sized hail, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible there. This storm is moving east at about 6 miles per hour. That gives you a pretty good idea of how weak the shear is along in the atmosphere. I mean, we're really looking at a very unfavorable environment for tornado threat. We're not looking at a tornado threat tonight by any means, because the wind shear is just so weak, but we're definitely looking at a large hail threat because of these very strong updrafts. And again, going back down to the south, let's go and take a look at this storm. I'm going to go and put a track on these storms. And let's go and take a look at the infrared imagery as well right after that, because these storms will be tracking off to the east here pretty shortly. Yeah, these storms will make it to DFW. They will not be probably as intense as they are right now, though. So I would not be too concerned about the intensity with these storms. Let me go and put a track on this. Let's go and get an estimate by radar real quick, just see if this is going to show us anything. 14... 26. I'm pretty sure it's right around about 19 to 20 miles per hour. So the main storm here that's moving actually to the east, this is a bit of a track for you, so about 20 miles per hour or so. So Strawn will be right around 801, so this will be going toward Palo Pinto County. So 801 for Strawn, Mingus right around 815, Gordon 822, Mineral Wells right around 905, Lippin right around 918, Millsap about 922, eventually entering into western Parker County and bringing it to cool right around 924. So it might also be a little bit of an underestimate, because Mineral Wells, I believe, before was estimated slightly later for timing. So this actually might be coming a little bit quicker than about 20 miles per hour, but I would definitely be preparing for the storm well ahead of time. Bring your car into your garage, make sure that you are preparing in that regard. Again, this storm has a history of producing baseball-sized hail. Now, the main threat for tennis ball-sized hail is moving off to the northeast. And let me go and get a track on this storm as well for you. For those that are off to the northeast, again, this is producing extremely large hail right now, going toward Graham. This is a bit of a track for you. Not everybody in this track will see this hail. This will give you an idea of where it's heading right now. So Graham right around, really right around 756. So probably within the next 15 minutes, this will be pretty close to Graham. The rain at least will. Probably the hail core will be there probably about at least 10 minutes after that. Newcastle's forecasted for 811 and Bryson 813. After that, it's a pretty rural area. Albany will maybe get clipped by it, but as of right now, not forecast to hit that region. But it'll definitely be an area to watch. Again, make sure you're taking the proper precautions tonight. Bring your car into your garage. Do the right thing. And also bring plants inside for those that are even in DFW. I would still be concerned if you're in DFW. At least bring those things in, because there could be a potential for at least some strong thunderstorms in the Metroplex in a couple of hours. Again, daylight heating is going to be ending here pretty shortly. That will help to weaken the storms. It will not completely diminish these storms by any means. I would expect some storm activity, at least in western DFW. And you can kind of see the mesocyclone discussion does include Denton County as well as Tarrant County. So these storms could make it that far east. Since they're moving so slow, I'm not honestly that concerned for that very large hail threat that we're looking at right now, because we're not going to see tennis ball sized hail, but there's definitely a potential for maybe some anything under ping pong ball size might be possible. So primarily change sized hail right now. I appreciate Lone Star, Texas. Thank you. Again, if you're just joining us here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the live stream. It helps our page out a lot. And again, we are live streaming on Twitch as well. Kind of irrelevant right now, but just in case you wanted to watch on there. We are streaming to 2 platforms. For right now, we're not doing Facebook again, kind of what I mentioned a few days ago. Hopefully getting that resolved pretty soon. Hopefully I think they might fall apart before Weatherford, but definitely prepare just in case. I think anything, Wise in Parker County and anywhere off to the east, the greatest threat I'm expecting would be anything under $0.5 sized hail and damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. But again, that's a big, right now these storms aren't moving that fast. Daylight heating is going to expire in about 30 minutes, so I'm not that concerned right now in terms of, a very large hail threat. Let's go to the infrared imagery. And this is just an idea of what these storms are looking like right now, because this is a huge area of storms. And anything that is, red, that's representing very cold cloud tops. So you can really see the evolution of I'll go and show you the evolution on Pivotal Weather. It'll be a little bit easier to show. But you can see there's a very if you're seeing clouds right now in DFW, that is because of these overshooting cloud tops back off to the west that are drifting. The winds are up in the atmosphere, drifting east. That's bringing those clouds east. So a little bit interesting to see there. But let me go and show you on Pivotal Weather. I can give you a little bit of an evolution of these storms because it's a very interesting system. And by the way, the storm southeast of Breckenridge, this little hail core has been developing south of Route 180, maybe going towards Strawn. So those areas definitely be on alert for maybe some large hail. But let me go to Pivotal Weather and kind of bring up that. Let's go and do that. I'm going to look at the infrared imagery, because it's very interesting. I mean, what we've seen, this is the visible satellite. This is just over the last hour or so, and or last 2 hours. This is just the enormous supercells that developed back out to the west. Very impressive. I mean, this is more of like, if I were to give it a grade, this would probably be more of like a slight to maybe a low-end enhanced risk of severe weather. But obviously, no, I don't think really anybody was forecasting something like this today. Here's a look at the infrared imagery here over the last few hours. You can just see how these clouds erupted early on. And again, the whites and dark reds are representing very high cloud tops. So, I mean, these are extreme thunderstorms that have developed back out to our west along that dry line. So it's very impressive. I mean, again, this was not really forecasted today to be this significant. I was expecting something to be this widespread, but I was definitely not expecting something to be, to the extent of tennis ball sized hail. We really were not nobody was forecasting that today. I mean, the large hailstone size we're forecasting was ping pong balls. So. Am I going to take a break? Nope. I'm going to be live for a little while. Rain would be nice. Yeah, rain would definitely be nice. I think a good amount of us will see rain near DFW. I just don't think it's going to be, really heavy rain. But if you have looked actually at the latest drought monitor, areas in northern DFW are actually not in a drought anymore. Which actually, this has been ongoing for the last couple of weeks. I usually don't post about the drought monitor that much. This is a look at the drought monitor. So back out to the north. In northern this area is actually not in any threat. I know it shows yellow, but it's actually not abnormally dry anymore. It's actually a good portion of areas near northern Denton County as well as southern Cook County are now not in any drought. But back down to the south, you can just see this gaping red area. That's an exceptional drought right now, west of Waco and west of Keelan. And east of Brownwood as well. But those areas desperately need rain, as well as Eastland. I know Eastland hasn't really seen anything. They're in a bit of a red shaded area right now, as well as the orange, but they're under a bit more of a drought than that. There's also a little red area here near Moran, but again, there's been a pretty significant drought ongoing, so hopefully we get a good amount of rain out of this. It looks like it's pretty promising. We've not seen rain in about a week. It's been a very dry pattern. Again, that blocking high has prevented most of us from seeing any precipitation. And it's also kept the temperatures a lot warmer and a lot more humid because of that southerly wind out of the Gulf of Mexico. But now we're seeing a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, that includes Ranger, Strawn, and Gordon. Potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and also up to ping pong ball sized hail. This warning will expire at 8:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, and as well as this storm is moving actually southeast now at about 25 miles per hour. The main area of the storm was originally moving east. Now it's kind of turning down to the southeast. We'll watch again. These storms will probably move toward DFW slowly but surely, but I would expect, again, the main threat with any storms that come toward the Metroplex, maybe hail to the size of quarters for any storms that do survive. Mingus is also included in this severe thunderstorm warning, so those are the areas included in this new severe thunderstorm warning, again, for the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and ping pong ball sized hail. Back out to the west near Putnam and Clyde, there's still a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing here. This is for the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also up to golf ball sized hail. This is right along Interstate 20. Obviously, a lot of people are probably commuting right now, so this is, or actually, probably not as many. It's 7:48, but there's at least probably some people along Interstate 20. Make sure if you know anybody right along Interstate 20 between Putnam and as well as Clyde, make sure they're aware of that large hail threat. and also down to the south. Looks like the main hail core is down to the south now. Also a little hail core just to the north of I-20, so there's actually kind of split here. But again, quarter-sized hail might be possible in this red shaded area. It's a possibility, but again, a little hail core up here. Also a little one down here. It's probably not up to golf ball sized hail anymore. I would expect it to probably be closer to a quarter. Also a storm that is west of Cross Plains, and this is just west of Route 283. Little black shaded region representing that potential for hail up to the size of as well, maybe even quarters or even potentially up to ping pong ball sized hail. These storms have been rapidly developing throughout the day, so that's a potential. There's also another severe thunderstorm warning. This was issued 21 minutes ago. Looks like the storm is starting to weaken, but there's a potential for ping pong ball sized hail with this one. This is heading toward Buffalo Gap and Tuscola, as well as near Lawn. Those areas are currently under the gun for maybe some large hail there. And looks like Brownwood also, make sure you're aware of this storm heading in your direction. This might produce hail to the size of quarters moving off to the east. It'll probably be at least another 30 to 45 minutes until it gets anywhere close to you, but that's what we're looking at there. The storm near Graham, by the way, was producing the potential for tennis ball sized hail. As of right now, it looks like it's weakened a little bit. So we're kind of in a good sign there because obviously Graham is a little bit bigger of a town there. Let's go and get a look at the estimated radar hailstone sizes here. And yeah, I mean, this is what it initially was. We were looking at hail up to the size of tennis balls right along the county line, again, north of Breckenridge and southwest of Graham. And as of right now, it looks like it's probably right around golf ball sized at the maximum. So it's definitely a little bit weaker than before. It's currently still under that destructive severe thunderstorm warning. So, but again, make sure you're taking the proper precautions regardless if you're in Graham or Newcastle. This will, again, bring that potential for some very large hailstone sizes. Yeah, I mean, the storm predictions that I should have, again, I wasn't even forecasting something like this. So, you know, for the storm prediction center not to be forecasting this extremely large hail event, I mean, I don't blame them because honestly, I wasn't either. I looked at the computer models, I did my research, but I was not expecting this much of a strong updraft environment that we saw tonight. And also the cap was not expected to weaken to the extent that it has, because we were looking at probably about a 25 to 30% coverage. As of right now, it's probably closer to about 40 to 50% coverage across the board in terms of rain. So there's a lot of rain ongoing right now. By the way, near Wichita Falls, as of right now, again, for those that are joining us from there, there is a potential for ping pong ball sized hail, as well as damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. You can see this storm has barely moved. There might even be some flash flooding risk with this storm near Wichita Falls. Let me go take a look at the rain over the last hour or so. Last 3 hours, actually. And this is a look at the rain we've seen with this. I'll refresh this. That's been a little bit more than oh, actually, this might not be fully updated. This is over the last 60 minutes. Let's get the last 60 minutes. This will be the most updated I can get it. And over the last hour, there's been 2 inches of rain estimated by radar that's fallen in Wichita Falls, and as well as over in Pleasant Valley, up to 1.5 inches of rain. So there might be a flash flooding risk with this storm because it's not moving hardly at all. It's moving about 6 miles per hour off to the east. So given you look at the radar again, you can just see this is barely moving. So this is potentially producing a flash flooding risk again near Jolly and Dean. That's gonna be next in line for this storm. This storm has hardly moved. If we go back over the last several minutes, this is over the last 10 minutes or so, this storm has hardly moved anywhere. So it's not moving really at all. So again, this storm has that potential for flash flooding risk near Wichita Falls. So those in that area, make sure that you are aware of that. Obviously, a lot of rain falling within the last hour there. Not just in the last hour. That storm's been there for probably about an hour and a half. Again, this storm is now producing a pretty, the latest update's not as bad, but prior, just northwest of Strawn, there's a pretty good hail core there, but it's a little bit weaker now. Again, potential for ping pong ball sized hail does exist with this storm. Again, this is just south of Route 180. Dallas may get some sort of showers or maybe a weak thunderstorm. I don't expect severe weather for Dallas County. There's a low-end threat for maybe Tarrant or Denton County. Those are where I'm looking at for maybe a low-end threat tonight. Yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll also get to notifications here in a second, but again, just southwest of Graham, there's a pretty severe thunderstorm going on there. It is marked as of right now for tennis ball sized hail and that damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. The hail core has weakened a little bit since. So as of right now, it does not seem to be nearly as large as previously reported. So good news there. By the way, thank you for subscribing. Calvin, as well as Lisa and Karen, thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. As well as Brenna, thank you for becoming a new member. That was actually a couple days ago. I'll go ahead and display it on stream since that is new. It does display, but I do appreciate you becoming a supporter, or a member, excuse me, again. Here's the latest update, by the way, on the severe thunderstorm warning. There's now the latest radar scan showing a larger hail core than a moment ago, west of 67 going toward Graham and Newcastle. So this is a bit, it's actually starting to strengthen again. Again, this is just southwest of Graham by about 15, I believe it's about 10 to 15 miles. Let me go ahead and double check on that. And that's about 10 miles to the southwest of Graham right now. So that's the distance in between Graham and this hail core. Now, Newcastle, I believe, is about 15 to 20. Go ahead and estimate that as well. And it's actually about 11 miles, so it's not much further. So this storm, again, it's not moving very fast, but it's kind of going the direction of Newcastle and Graham right now. And again, back out to the west of that, some more rain behind it near Woodson, and as well as just south of Throckmorton. And by the way, Throckmorton reported hailstone sizes of baseballs about an hour and a half ago. So there was large hail with that storm, and that was not even severe thunderstorm warned at the time, which is pretty shocking to believe because there was very large hail falling with that. If you don't, welcome to Texas. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. There you go. Changes all the time. When do you think the activity will pick up? Do you mean today, or are you talking about like over the next few weeks? Because today, I mean, this is already, I mean, we've already seen the peak, I think, of the severe storms tonight. This is basically what we're at right now. The peak was actually probably about 30 minutes ago. We're starting to see, you know, the kind of like the little, I mean, we're at the climax, I should say. Now we're starting to go in the downfall. I don't know what the other word is for it. But. Welcome back, Christian. Next few weeks, I think we'll start to see an increase in activity in about 10 to 15 days. That's my forecast. So 10 to 15 days, you will expect more showers and storms, a more typical May. That's what I'm forecasting as of right now. So just hold on. I mean, we'll probably see more storm activity then. And I mean, I'm forecasting more troughs, kind of as the Storm Prediction Center mentioned. I've been forecasting it for a few days now, but yeah, definitely next week. Next week will definitely be a time to watch more closely. Or not next week, excuse me, the following week after that. See a pattern change. By the way, there is a potential. I know a lot of people probably saw a really bad post on, you know, potential for like this hurricane or something next week. And I know a few of my viewers pointed out there is no current forecast for any hurricanes right now. But there is a potential. The waters in the Gulf of Mexico and as well as in the Caribbean are both warming above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is enough to maybe produce a tropical storm sometime during mid to late May. So there is a possibility if we see a system in the Atlantic Ocean, as we do have a tropical wave coming off of Africa, there is a possibility that we see an early tropical storm sometime, not this upcoming week, but the following week after that. So basically late May. So that'll also be something to watch. I don't think it's going to be much of a threat to Texas if something were to develop, but I don't think it'll get anything beyond a weak tropical storm. I know that GFS model has been hinting at a hurricane for the last few days. I mean, this is like 300 hours out, but I'm not concerned about that threat. But it'll definitely be something to watch. We definitely have a potential for, you know, tropics are going to start to get a little bit more active as we get closer to late May. And we'll probably have more information for that in another forecast, but definitely something to watch. But as of right now, we're looking at severe thunderstorms. So let's get back to that. So again, as of right now, just southwest of Graham, the severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for the potential up to tennis ball sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. It is moving off to the northeast. And again, back out near Woodson, a strengthening storm here. This might actually get severe thunderstorm warned here pretty soon. This is north of Albany, and this might produce quarter-sized hail right now. And that's right along 283, so watch out for that. And then again, near Ranger and Strawn and west of Gordon, there's currently severe thunderstorm warning there. And the severe thunderstorm warning for areas near Cross Plains, Putnam, and Clyde just expired, or got canceled, excuse me. So the National Weather Service just canceled that severe thunderstorm warning. And also the one that was in southwestern Taylor County, that also got canceled. So those two severe thunderstorm warnings were canceled. And as I just said about 30 seconds ago, I was expecting a severe thunderstorm warning. There's one that just got issued for the potential for quarter-sized hail and maybe some gusty winds up to 45 miles per hour with this one. It's actually currently moving southeast at about 31 miles per hour. So this is going maybe toward Breckenridge. Breckenridge might get a little second round of at least some rain. Again, that's radar indicated threats as of right now. So we have about 5 severe thunderstorm warnings in our coverage area, 3 of them being in central and far western North Texas. And these will be the ones that will probably push toward the Metroplex within the next couple of hours. And back out to the north, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in Clay County, and as well as in Wichita County. Wichita Falls has had a dozen reports of hail, so we've seen large hail there. This storm has barely moved. Again, a flash flooding threat may become a concern for Wichita Falls, so we might have to watch out for that. There's been rainfall totals beyond 2 inches already in that area within the past hour. And near Clay, or in northern Clay County, there's a little storm here that's producing the potential for hail up to the size of quarters and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That will be diving south. So that will also be something to watch closely as well. Going back to the radar site, let me go and take a look at the velocities real quick. And also, I'll show you the future radar for DFW. Here's the velocities with this storm near Strawn. And again, I'm not concerned about tornado threat tonight, but this just to give you an idea of what these wind gusts are looking like right now. Up to maybe 50 miles per hour with that storm right now. The storm near Graham, not really producing much in terms of damaging winds. The one north of Albany right now is maybe producing up to 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. So nothing too crazy. Back out to the north, though, these storms are looking a little bit more severe. At least over the last 60 minutes, they've kind of developed. But the winds with these storms are potentially up to 45 miles per hour. So that'll also be something to watch. And I have a few videos and photos coming in from viewers. I'll go and take a look at those in just a moment. I'm going to get radar view back onto here. Apologies for not getting back to some of these questions, but I'll get to them in a second. Again, here's your latest look at this storm southwest of Woodson. This one is blown up very quickly. Very strong updrafts. Again, maybe ping pong ball sized hail possible with that one. Yeah, the storm near Clay and Wichita looks... I know why you're probably saying it looks interesting, because it looks like it has a little bit of a hook. It's not really much of a hook, actually. I mean, it looks like a hook on radar, but again, the velocities are just so... I mean, the wind shear is just so weak today that I'm not that concerned about a tornado threat tonight. Again, I can't rule out something brief, but I just don't think we'll see anything due to the nature that we're looking at tonight. In the latest radar run, there's a little bit more velocity on that one storm that's coming out of Oklahoma right now, but we'll watch it, at least coming away from the radar, so we might see something. All right, let me go and take a look at some of these photos and videos that you guys are sending on Facebook. Yeah, these will probably hit DFW tonight, but again, not the same magnitude as they're at right now. And a lot of these are starting to weaken, which is a good sign. A lot of them are on the lower scale of right now being severe, but I mean, there's still destructive severe thunderstorm warning on the one in Graham, but looks like the hail core as of right now might be up to maybe golf ball sized, but not nearly as severe as before. Let's see. By the way, if you're new here to Facebook, or not, excuse me, if you're new here to YouTube, make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Okay, so these were sent in by Cindy. And from Facebook. So you can see here, this is actually extremely cool. Very cool clouds that she sent in. I do apologize for the blurriness. It kind of happens with Facebook for some reason, but this is a photo I was just sent in again from Cindy. So very cool clouds there. That's in Weatherford, by the way. So that's actually pretty far east of where these storms are. Very, very cool. Also, thank you, Michael and Candy, for subscribing to our YouTube channel. I appreciate it. All right, back to the radar. So as of right now, there's, again, severe thunderstorm warning for areas near Strawn and Ranger. Eastland, by the way, for those who are in Eastland that have been hoping for rain for a while, there's a little bit maybe coming your direction. So, as well as Cisco and Carbon, maybe getting some rain pretty soon. But again, that severe thunderstorm warning for potential for ping pong ball sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And again, back off to the north, there's still potential for maybe up to baseball-sized hail southwest of Graham, but as of right now, I am not that concerned about that threat. It does not look to be that prominent. Again, that is just southwest of Graham. And then going back off to the north near Wichita Falls, again, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for those in Wichita Falls. Potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And ping pong ball-sized hail does exist near Jolly and Lakeside City, and as well as near Wichita, I just said Wichita Falls. So basically, we're right along Route 287. Thank you, Lotto Win, for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Appreciate your compliments. And again, this storm was actually, this has a very interesting shape to it. As I kind of mentioned before, you kind of see this hook, but there, again, is not much low-level shear, so I'm not really forecasting any sort of tornado threat tonight, but it is a very cool shape that it has to it. I mean, actually, if you look at the velocities, it is a little bit tight. I mean, it's not tight, it's broad, but I keep bringing up my settings. Let me go back to the radar. So this is a look at the velocities right now with this storm. It's actually interesting. It's a little bit of a hook, but again, the wind shear at the lower levels is just so weak. I don't think this will develop into anything in terms of a tornado threat, but it is very interesting because it is starting to strengthen a little bit. Over the last few scans, it has been strengthening, so definitely very interesting there. And you can see the hook. I mean, it's actually interesting. So this is near, again, that's in far northeastern Wichita County and far northwestern Clay County. So very interesting storm there again. And yeah, I mean, that's very impressive right now. And again, there's another storm here near Wichita Falls. Looks like the hail core is now just north of Lakeside City. Let's go to the hail radar. It's going to give you an idea of what the hailstone sizes are right now. This is in the last hour or so. And that is a way overestimate. There we go. All right, so this is a hail estimated by radar over the last hour or so. Last updated about 10 minutes ago, so it's not completely updated, but it has produced hail up to the size of $half, and it might still be doing that. It looks like it is. So as of right now, $half size hail possible in Wichita Falls, as well as near Jolly. So that's what we're looking at as of right now there. And back off to the north again. This storm that's going to be going into northern Clay County, producing maybe some $half sized hail there. That is northwest of Byers, so they'll be moving down to the south. And back down to these severe thunderstorm warnings, by the way, as I mentioned before, this storm that was southwest of Graham right now has produced up to tennis ball sized hail right along the county line there of Breckenridge as well as Graham. But now it's producing, it looks like radar estimates are keeping it right around $half size. So it's not nearly as severe as before. The storm that is southwest of Woodson has the potential for golf ball sized hail right along Route 283. That is what's estimated by radar as of right now. And also north of Abilene, there's also maybe some hail up to the size of ping pong balls. So another area there. And this severe thunderstorm warning northwest of Strawn, also up to golf ball sized hail. So a lot of hail actually falling out of these storms. So it's very, again, a very favorable environment for these storms to produce very large hail tonight. And let me go back down to the radar site down here near Moran, south of Albany. Massive hailstorm, Wichita Falls, quarter-sized hail. Yeah, if you have any photos, make sure to send them in. You can send them in to either my Facebook or to email. My email's in the description below. Either one that works for you. Or, yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, you can send it to @NorthTexasWeatherCenter on Instagram. Again, we're on Instagram, YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter now, and we're also on Twitch now. We're literally on all these platforms. So, yeah, you can send it to any of those, though. Also, Instagram does definitely work if you want to send it there. Yeah, again, this is the latest on the storm northeast of Eastland, by the way. Near Eastland, there is a bit of a hail core here developing just west of Ranger. This is north of Interstate 20. It's moving basically southeast toward Ranger and maybe northeastern Eastland. So the potential for some ping pong ball sized hail is possible at that part of the storm. The one that is off to the northwest is Strawn, that is south of Route 180. Right now, it looks like it's not producing anything beyond quarter size, so it's a little bit weaker there. So that's what we're looking at again across areas southeast of Breckenridge. You order some 72 degree. Yeah, I know, I wish. I think we're past the 72 degree days, to be honest, but wow, that is extremely cool. Where was that out of again? That was Wichita Falls. Yeah, let's go and pull these up. Also, this was in Wichita Falls, so quarter-sized hail was there. This is a photo out of Wichita Falls. Again, this was sent in by Lizzie. So you can kind of see the downdraft. This is just the rain right here. Very cool clouds. Again, the storm that was just northwest of northern Clay was producing some pretty hefty hail as well. This is the latest, by the way. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Wichita Falls. There is now 4 severe thunderstorm warnings here. The potential for golf ball sized hail is now possible with these storms. Going back to the rotation real quick, I just want to ensure that this is not really rotating that much. By the way, thank you, Lizzie, for sending in those photos. And yeah, the rotation is very broad. Again, the low level shear is very weak, but I'm telling you, if there was stronger shear at the surface, we really could be talking about a significant tornado day. So luckily that's not happening today, but there's some significant hailstone sizes with these storms right now. Here's the latest on this storm. Wichita Falls. I'm going to go and post this on Facebook. Potential for golf ball sized hail possible with this storm again near Wichita Falls. It's moving toward Lakeside City. And here's the latest. You can kind of see the locations there on the left side of your screen. Thank you, Roundhouse, Orrin, and Lee, all for subscribing to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Make sure to like the stream as well. If you are new here, it really helps out the stream a lot. And let me go and post this on Facebook real quick. Again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for those in Lakeside City, Jolly, Wichita Falls also included. It's kind of south of Wichita Falls, but it is included in that warning. It also includes Lake Arrowhead, and yeah, if anybody's in that lake, by the way, Lake Arrowhead, make sure that you notify those people that live there, because that is a area where there is some boating. So definitely an area that you want to make sure you're seeking shelter. Again, it's kind of the sun's pretty much set now, so it's probably not as much of a threat, but definitely make sure that people are staying safe. Again, this is just south of Wichita Falls. All right, so damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, also up to the size of golf ball sized hail as possible with this storm. And that's moving southeast. Jolly's kind of in the track of that. And there's a pretty significant outflow boundary being shot off by the storm, by the way. So there might be some more storms that form along with it. So if you're in Archer City, you might see some clouds starting to bubble up there, or just to your north. So that'll be something to watch as well. But yeah, definitely a very strong storm there. Again, this one near I can't remember how to pronounce the name, but basically in northern Clay County, there is a little bit of a hook. I'm not concerned about it. Again, weak low-level shear is not really favoring any tornado development tonight, but there is maybe some quarter-sized hail with that. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That storm is starting to weaken, though, which is a good sign. But again, that one near Wichita Falls is strengthening quickly. So there's some significant storms ongoing right now. All right, back to the live chat. Again, if you have questions at any point, feel free to let me know. How do you tell if there's an outflow? Usually they show on radar, so I'll go back up here to the Wichita Falls radar. Maybe show you here. So this is pretty clear, but usually when you see something like this kind of being shot off, especially from thunderstorms, that indicates an outflow boundary. Now, unfortunately, if you are near Archer City or anywhere near Holiday, there is probably some significant storm development trying to develop right now west of this storm. This outflow boundary looks like it just got shot off, so in that scenario, anything that's humid and really in the right favorable environment, we very well could see more storms develop, and that could really elongate how long this event does occur in terms of the storms. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That outflow boundary is probably going to produce more thunderstorms, and I'll kind of keep you updated with that region here in a few minutes, but usually you can kind of see it on the radar with those sort of things. And down to the south, luckily, I don't see any outflow boundaries that are pronounced or any outflows that have actually occurred yet, so good news there. By the way, the severe thunderstorm warning for Woodson and north of Albany has the potential for ping pong ball sized hail. That has just been upgraded on the severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that is for anywhere right along 283, Route 283. Yeah, those were really good pictures, Lizzie. I appreciate you sending them in. I might post a few tonight on Facebook, if that's all right. But yeah, they're very good photos. If anybody has photos that you own, make sure to send them in to our Facebook or on Instagram. Yeah, appreciate any of those photos. Obviously giving a good look at the storm. There was quarter-sized hail in Wichita Falls a little while ago. It's now up to the potential for golf ball-sized hail. Let's go back up to these storms, actually, because these are actually becoming the more severe storms now, which is quite interesting. And here's the latest radar view. So, again, there's some pretty large hail right now falling near Lakeside City. And, again, Jolly's included in the severe thunderstorm warning anywhere right along 281. Currently under that gun for the potential for some golf ball sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And by the way, the Storm Prediction Center latest update did not even upgrade the area into a slight risk of severe weather. So I'm kind of surprised by that. But as of right now, the Storm Prediction Center did not upgrade any of North Texas into a slight risk of severe weather, which is very interesting. I'll be honest with you. because there is very large hail possibly with some of these storms. So, but nonetheless, we're obviously looking at severe weather. It does not matter if there's not a slight risk. We're obviously looking at a pretty good scattered severe weather event right now. Again, there's been several storms producing very large hail. We've had 4 or 5 reports in completely different locations of baseball-sized hail. So, start with Throckmorton right around 6:30, near Abilene right around 7. There was also some in Breckenridge right around 7 as well, just after 7. And there was also some near Graham. Actually, this is the latest report from this storm. So, there was hail up to the size of golf balls reported by the fire department in Eliasville, 1 mile west of Eliasville. So, that's along FM 1974, so that area there, as reported. Golf ball sized hail. That was from a little while ago, though. That's the latest report. Yeah, it's going to be very humid, especially after the storm, goes through your area. The rain cool air is going to make it feel cooler, but the relative humidity kind of increases. It's kind of a weird thing, but definitely something there. Yeah, again, we're watching the storm very closely near Wichita Falls. This is moving down to the south toward Lakeside City. It'll eventually go toward Lake Arrowhead as well. So those that are in the path of this storm, make sure that you are aware of it. Back down to the south again, there's an increased storm, strengthening storm right now near Woodson. This is producing ping pong ball sized hail right along Route 283. Back off to the east of that, the severe thunderstorm warning in Graham as of right now seems to be expiring, and I don't think there'll be a new warning, but there might be. You never know. And I don't know why you just got timed out, but I apologize. I have a bot, so okay. I got a new photos. It looks like somebody. Let's see. Okay, so this is from Delia in, I believe this is Weatherford or East Parker County. So this is a photo from East Parker County. That's not the photo I wanted. I wanted a different one. Take a look at those. All right, the severe thunderstorm warning just expired for Graham. There might be a new issued one at some point. Eastland, by the way, those in Eastland, you're getting a lot of beneficial rain there. So, all right, this is a cool photo. It's gonna be blurry, but it's actually a pretty cool photo. This is from Eastern Parker County. You can see the sun setting. This was probably a few minutes ago, but see it there. It's pretty cool. Big bright light, basically. And going to another photo, and from Delia. And this is also some pretty cool cloud formation there. Again, these photos are kind of blurry. For some reason, Facebook does that, but thank you for sending those in. I appreciate it. Glenda sent in a... Not okay. All right. That is it for photos for right now. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people under underpasses. I would not doubt that because, again, there's extremely large hail with some of these storms. And, yeah, we're going to be watching that pretty closely. Let's get track on these storms, by the way, that will be heading toward DFW eventually. A lot of these seem to be weakening as of right now, so I'm not anticipating much in terms of a threat or, severe weather. There might be a little bit of severe weather, but as of right now, it does not seem to be that significant. This is a bit of a timing guide for you. So, again, Gorman right around 8:16, De Leon right around 8:40, Mineral Wells 9:03, Stephenville 9:08, eventually Weatherford 9:46, Granbury right around 9:50, Bridgeport 9:58, Springtown 10:02, Willow Park 10:06, Lido 10:13. Now, since these storms will probably take a while to get to DFW, again, I would expect most of the storm activity to be very low-end severe weather threats, so maybe up to quarter-sized hail, maybe up to 55-mile-per-hour gusty winds. I don't expect anything beyond that for the DFW Metroplex tonight. Again, there's a lot of severe weather still ongoing back out to our west, and these storms will weaken as the daylight expires, as it already has kind of ended. So, good news there. Going back up to the northwest, though, or north of the storms that are going right now, getting near Wichita Falls, golf ball-sized hail is possible with the storm near Lakeside City. And new severe thunderstorm warning, I saw this earlier, but there's actually a potential for golf ball sized hail in northwestern Clay County. This is a new severe thunderstorm warning there, and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That includes areas like Petrolia, Dean, Byers, Jolly, Shepherd, Taylor, Charlie, and Cashion. Probably not saying the name right, but those areas are included in that severe thunderstorm warning and under a considerable threat for severe weather there. Here's a storm again going toward Henrietta and Jolly. Main hail core again is just south of Lakeside City, northeast of Archer City right now. And it's a pretty rural area, but it's near Lakeside City, just to the east of there. A few roads, nothing too crazy, but looks to be a fairly rural area right there. So good news there. At least it's not impacting too significant an area. And this is the latest radar scan in northwestern Clay County. As you can kind of see there, the black area representing maybe some golf ball sized hail. Again, both of these severe thunderstorm warnings have a considerable threat for severe weather. I'm going to take a look at the timing on these, kind of give you an idea of how fast they're going. I believe they're going a bit faster than 10 miles per hour, I'll be honest with you. But this is a bit of a timing guide. This is more of a long-term timing guide, so it's not going to be probably nearly as accurate for those that are in the short term, but this is kind of a timing for these areas. So Henrietta 8:27, probably within the next 5 minutes. So Terrell right around 8:58, Bellevue right around 9:12, and Bowie right around 9:43 is kind of your timing right now. So these storms move down to the southeast. The ones back out to our west will likely move a bit more east. They'll kind of collide most likely somewhere near DFW tonight, probably in a couple hours. But again, I don't anticipate much in terms of severe weather for DFW tonight. Expect the main threat to be back out to the west. So now we're looking at right now. Tomorrow, in terms of rain, there might be a few showers in the morning. I don't anticipate much beyond that, though, tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and show you the latest timing guide. Let's go and pull that up real quick. All right, here's the latest timing for the Metroplex tonight. So this is 8 o'clock. You kind of see it's not going to be entirely accurate. The storms are actually a little bit more severe what that shows right now. By 9, you kind of see the storms move through the Metroplex. By 10, 11 o'clock, they kind of fizzle out. I would expect them to get to at least Tarrant or Denton County. Beyond that, probably not. But I think at least we'll see something in DFW. I know the computer model doesn't show it, but I would expect something here. And then back out to the east of I-35 tomorrow morning. Again, as I kind of mentioned, maybe an isolated shower or weak storm. But other than that, I'm not expecting too much in terms of rain tomorrow. It's about a 15% chance. It is pretty low, so I'm not too concerned about tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, if you're new here, make sure to follow us here on Facebook, or excuse me, on YouTube. Make sure as well subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure to turn on post notifications for any videos. We post videos every day, go live all the time for severe weather events like this. And let's make sure to like the stream. We have 48 likes. Let's see if we can get to 65. So if you are new here, make sure to like the stream as well. By the way, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Eastland, Ranger, and as well as Gorman. This is for the potential for damage winds up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. Those are the only 3 towns that are included in this. So again, areas in Eastland. This is an area that really desperately needs rain. So again, anyone will take rain. We're under a drought for a good portion of North Texas, and this is just one of those areas that is in a area of drought. So good news there that there's some rain falling there. And as well as near Strawn, and again, this is southeast of Breckenridge, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that's just been updated to only quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Let me go take a look at the velocities and kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at there. See how strong these winds are as of right now. It does not seem to be that strong. I know it says up to 60 miles per hour. In my opinion, I'm not really looking at anything beyond that. Probably up to 50 with most of these. You can see maybe up to 50 miles per hour southeast of Eastland. But that's about it right now. I'm not seeing anything too crazy in terms of damaging winds. Let's go back to the hail radar. I'll give you an idea of what the hailstone sizes are right now. So it gives an idea of what the computer is estimating in terms of hail. So main area of hail right now that is north of Gorman is currently estimated right around penny size. So it's actually not really severe there, but there's been up to $half size north of Eastland and west of Ranger. And then northwest of Strawn, there's been a little area there that's producing some hail there. And a little bit of this is old, but the area near Woodson, by the way, has been producing some fairly large hailstones, up to maybe golf ball size. As of right now, it's warned for ping pong ball sized hail. And up to golf ball sized hail is possible near Lakeside City and Jolly. This is southeast of Wichita Falls. Hail up to the size of $half has been estimated by radar, but I can't rule out maybe a little bit higher than that. Northern Clay County, also maybe up to quarter size. It says up to golf ball sized hail as well. Not really thinking it's too high right now, but there's a possibility there. Those are the several severe thunderstorm warnings we have right now. There's I believe 7 total now. There's 4 up there, and then 3 down here in Central Texas as of right now. Let's go back to the live radar on the reflectivity. There we go. So this will look at the storm near Eastland. So that's what we're looking at in terms of severe weather right now. And again, if you have any photos or videos or anything like that that you own, make sure to send them in to either our Facebook page or Instagram. We're on at North Texas Weather Center on Instagram. So you can tweet me on Twitter as well. We're at official NTXWC on Twitter. We're on both platforms, and as well as on Facebook at NTXWC is our Twitter handle. So if you want to send us any photos, videos, anything like that, make sure to send them in. And definitely make sure to do that if you have anything in terms of media, also videos, that sort of thing. Obviously, that's our main way to find stuff like that. But again, we have about 7 severe thunderstorm warnings. If you're just joining us, there are several severe thunderstorm warnings across central Texas and as well as western North Texas. These are mostly now in western North Texas, aside from the one storm west of Breckenridge. There's a mesocyclone discussion for the next couple of hours that does include as well as areas in western DFW. So there's a potential for maybe a marginally severe storm or two near Denton or Tarrant counties. There'll probably be another couple of hours until these storms get anywhere close there. I would expect around 11 o'clock or so if you're in DFW. I would expect most of that to not be severe though tonight. Here's a look at the radar as of right now. Let's go to the radar from the Frederick radar site. And this will give you an idea of what these storms are doing near Wichita Falls. It's in northwestern North Texas for Lakeside City and Jolly. This kind of look at it. So as you can see here, near Lakeside City and Jolly, storm there as of right now, maybe producing some quarter-sized hail. I don't think it's much beyond that, though, as of right now. In my opinion, I'm not really thinking it's anything beyond maybe quarter-sized hail. It says up to golf ball-sized hail, but I don't think it's anything beyond that. Also, north of Dean, there's a little hail core that's developed there, so this is going to be going actually toward Wichita Falls. So if you're in Wichita Falls, maybe get clipped by that if you're in eastern Wichita Falls. North of Dean, again, up to golf ball-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour with that storm. That's in northwestern Clay County, so there's also a threat there. A little outflow boundary shot off from the storm, but as of right now, actually, no storms have developed with that, so it's interesting there that no new development with that. This storm, by the way, near Woodson has really blown up in intensity. I mean, this is a pretty intense storm near Woodson. This is a pretty large hail core. It might be as high as, I would not rule out it's up to hen egg sized hail west of Woodson and east of Route 283. Those areas could maybe see some very large hail. So it's definitely something to watch out for there. And that's northwest of Breckenridge. And our other 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one near Strawn and Ranger, quarter-sized hail and also damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, as well as Eastland under that warning as well. For the same threats, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. That also includes Gorman, areas along Interstate 20 and back off to the north with that threat as well. Now, you can see there's a little hail core right now in Eastland, so that might be producing some large hail. Hey, Gabe, how you doing? Also, thank you, Lone Star Texas, for becoming a member here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to our members. You are our 6th ever member on YouTube, by the way. Just keep that in mind. You want to write it off. There was a report, by the way, about an hour ago near Clyde of golf ball-sized hail. That was with that storm that was there a while ago. But yeah, there's been, as I mentioned before a few times, there's been at least 4 reports. I believe there's now 5 total reports of up to baseball-sized hail with a few of these storms. So there's been a lot of hail with these storms. And these will all be moving toward Fort Worth eventually, but as of right now, I don't expect any of these storms to be severe when they reach DFW. They might be strong. I don't really expect a severe weather threat as of right now. Been fine. Have had heavy rain earlier today, but not too serious. That's good. Good to hear. There has been a few storms that have produced extremely large hail, so good news that you didn't see any of that large hail. No, I don't expect any tornado threat tonight. I would expect the wind shear at the lower levels is pretty weak, so a tornado threat is very low for tonight. See, I'm not concerned at all for a tornado threat. There was actually a hook a little while ago in Clay County, and there was starting to be a little bit of rotation, but again, the low-level shear is just so weak tonight, it's not going to be really possible in the environment that we're in. Primary threat again tonight is large hail. Very strong updrafts, maybe producing some large hail tonight. I'm in Wichita Falls, and it's getting hit very hard. Yeah, there was very strong storms going through Wichita Falls. There was a lot of quarter-sized hail. It was reported all over Wichita Falls earlier. And that storm is now moving down to your southeast. The more severe storm is actually maybe going to come toward Wichita Falls again. This is near Dean. And it's kind of moving down to the south. It might actually clip eastern Wichita Falls, so there might be more hail coming your way. If you're in eastern Wichita Falls. If you're in western areas of Wichita Falls, you probably won't see anything, but... You get scared when hail isn't around. That's interesting. I mean, in Mississippi, we're in the yellow zone. Oh, in Mississippi? What, today? Or tomorrow? Today is actually, it shows marginal right now. Marginal risk for tonight. You need rain? Where are you, Christian? Might see some. Depends on where you are, though. What was I about to do? By the way, for those that are just joining us, again, make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those are linked down below. And yeah, I was about to do something and my mind just went blank. All right, we'll go and focus on these storms again. Oh, that was what I was going to go. Okay, so we actually have a severe weather potential for Sunday, by the way. Not everybody's included in this, but I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick because I was going to show this a little earlier. But this is the Storm Prediction Center's forecast for Sunday. There is a marginal risk of severe weather for those in far northeastern North Texas, so Paris and Sulphur Springs, and as well as even Bonham are all included in that. And there's also a slight risk for eastern Oklahoma, and it's a fairly large area, but it's eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, southern Missouri, pretty large area all the way through the Ohio Valley. So again, primarily for North Texas on Sunday, it looks like Paris, maybe Bonham or Sulphur Springs have a pretty low end risk for severe weather. Watch that area closely, but as of right now, DFW's forecasted to not see anything on Sunday. So I just want to bring that up just in case you have any plans for Sunday. Just something to monitor for those that are in far northeastern DFW. Far northeastern North Texas, I should say. By the way, Woodson, again, maybe seeing up to baseball-sized hail. This is a very strong hail core right now. It is producing very large hail west of Route 183. Going toward Woodson right now. It's a bit, not populated area. It's not too populated, but it is a little bit populated. A few road names on here as well. Let's see if I can find that on here. So let's go and take a look. So it's going toward the hail core is not actually going to show. So Co-Road 383, that's where the hail core is as of right now. It's going toward US Highway 183 and eventually toward areas in the downtown area. So looks like a lot of these aren't actually roads. It looks like some of these are rivers, which is interesting. It's going to go toward Dickey Road, Wood Street, Church Street, all going to be kind of in the line for the hail core pretty shortly. That's about it. I mean, there's actually, this is a pretty rural area, looks like, but there's probably a few little areas in there, but that's all it shows in terms of roads. How do I turn that off? Never used that tool before. Here we go. Okay, let's go back to the... Yeah, this is a fairly large hail core, potentially up to baseball-sized hail west of Woodson. This is southeast of Throckmorton, which Throckmorton earlier did see baseball-sized hail with a different cell. So this is a different storm, but it is producing, again, up to baseball-sized hail. So it's a very strong storm there that is currently going toward Woodson. Pretty rural area, but that's as of right now what we're looking at there. Getting down to the southeast near Ranger, Eastland, and Strawn, all seeing maybe up to quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And again, that's for Eastland, Ranger, and as well as Gorman in the first severe thunderstorm warning. There's also been a damaging wind gust report of 64 miles per hour in Eastland. That was about 17 minutes ago. That's just north of Interstate 20. There was a report of a 64 mile per hour damaging wind gust. That is basically in Eastland. So there was actually some damaging winds with this storm, which is pretty interesting. All right, going back to the Woodson storm, as I mentioned before, there might be even some baseball-sized hail with this storm. It is a fairly strong storm right now. And yeah, so actually, there's only one road there. It's the road that I was talking about, 209. But eventually, as we get closer to Woodson, there are some areas in Woodson. There's a little RV park. There's also a Woodson Inn, so there's actually a hotel there. So it's a very small town, actually, but it is definitely going to get impacted by the storm. Again, it's just west of Route 183 right now. The main hail core is right here. Those black areas representing your largest hailstone sizes right now. And that is definitely potentially up to baseball-sized hail. We're going to take a look at the radar estimates and kind of get an idea of what the radar is estimating right now in terms of hail. See what it's showing. And as of right now, this is not updated completely, but it's up to ping pong ball size hail back out to the west. That's what the warning is warned for as of right now, but it might be a bit larger than that. The last two radar scans show a bit larger of a hail core size, so it might be a little bit larger than that. It's not completely updated as of right now, but there's potential for some larger hailstone sizes with that. By the way, that storm that is southeast of Graham might still be producing maybe some quarter-sized hailstones. They'll be going toward Grafford eventually, moving off to the east. And again, near Wichita Falls, as of right now, there's some severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing there. Take a look at those, because I know a lot of people are in this area as well. Sorry, I actually missed a few questions. So what would the weekend been looking like for this week and next week? For this weekend, I would expect us to mainly be dry. Next weekend, we'll have a better chance for maybe some storms. I'll go into more specific details in tonight/tomorrow morning's forecast. I'll do that off stream. So you'll see the next video will be more in detail about that. Tornado warnings issued? There's no tornado warnings. All severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't expect a tornado threat tonight, so time to get the hail cover. I definitely don't disagree with that. Definitely make sure you're covering your car just in case. I know most of us in DFW, I don't think anyone in DFW will see large hail tonight, but it's always good to take the proper precautions just in case, because there's a possibility that there is some large hail. I would not rule it out by any means. But I think it's a pretty low-end risk that we'll see anything tonight in DFW. But again, these are the two severe thunderstorm warnings in far northwestern North Texas, basically in Wichita Falls, Dean, basically Clay County and Wichita County. So potential for quarter-sized hail and damage wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, possible with both storms. There was a report in Lakeside City of ping pong ball sized hail. This is in Archer County, but it is just south of Wichita Falls. So basically right next to Lakeside City. There was a golf ball sized hail report at 8:15, so about 20 minutes ago. So there has been a history of the storm producing up to ping pong ball sized hail. Has not been beyond that. There was also a report of $half sized hail near Lakeside City as well. That's just off to the northeast of Lakeside City. So it's also an area that saw some large hailstones there. As of right now, we're looking at in terms of that severe weather. That's what we're looking at. Down to the south again, these storms are starting to weaken again. As I mentioned before, daylight heating will start to weaken these storms. So good news there again near Gordon and Strawn. Looks like these storms are weakening. There's a storm west of Grafford again that might be producing quarter-sized hail. It's not severe thunderstorm warned, but I would definitely not be shocked if it had a little bit of large hail embedded with it. But back off to the north of Interstate 20, most of these are just showers. The only severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now are primarily for the storm near Woodson, which again might even be beyond ping pong ball sized hail. And then also south of Woodson, northwest of Breckenridge, there's also a little hail core there that might even be as high as ping pong ball sized hail as well. And then near Strawn, Ranger, Eastland, again, those storms not really severe anymore. The severe storms are near Gorman. And that's what we're looking at as of right now. Brownwood, by the way, starting to get some showers and a few rumbles of thunder there. As of right now, I don't think these storms are producing that much lightning. I'll go ahead and take a double check at that. But the lightning out of these storms has not been that impressive. Obviously, we usually see a lot more lightning out of these storms. But as of right now, lightning strikes per minute is 16. So there is not much lightning out of these storms at all. These are not really electrified storms, which is actually pretty interesting because of how large the hail is. But hail does not necessarily correlate to how much lightning there is. Yeah, the lightning out of these storms is not very impressive. Christian, I am aware of that. But yeah, these storms are not producing a whole lot of lightning. Good news there, but obviously the bad news is it's producing very large hail with some of them. And yeah, again, Woodson right now seeing large hail core. I would not be surprised again if that's up to maybe hen egg or baseball sized hail just south of Woodson. Luckily, it's a very rural area. I'm pretty sure there's no houses where the hail core is as of right now. But it's going to be going toward Route 183 probably within the next scan. And eventually southeast of Woodson. There's a few roads there. So we're looking at in terms of the area where these storms are going right now. Amanda sent in a pretty cool video, but I won't show it. But actually, it kind of shows from Garner, Texas, of some of the lightning that's coming with these storms. So there's been a good amount of lightning with these storms. But obviously, it's not that impressive. Yeah, the thoughts on the hurricane that might form in the Gulf of Mexico. That's an interesting one. I don't know if you guys saw the post that somebody posted. It went so viral. I mean, it had like 16,000 shares on Facebook or something like that the last time I looked. But a page posted about it on Facebook about this hurricane that is it's going to develop or whatever. He's been kind of saying it and whatnot, basically trying to, you know, promote a bunch of clickbait. That's basically what it is. But at this point, I'm not forecasting a hurricane or a tropical storm or anything like that 300 hours out. Once we get a little bit closer, I'll consider kind of going more in depth in it. I will probably make a video on it this weekend if it's still showing on the GFS model. But as of right now, my thoughts are I'm not going to be that concerned about it, just primarily due to the fact computer models change. I mean, this is still 300 hours out from ever occurring. So, I mean, I'm assuming that some of you guys saw, I'm not sure, most of you probably haven't seen it, but a few of you might have saw that there might be a hurricane that develops in the Gulf of Mexico or the Caribbean. I'm not expecting right now that to form, but if it does form, definitely it's a possibility. But the chances of it as of right now is like 2%. I'm not going to forecast off of a 2% probability. So as of right now, I'm not too concerned about it, but we'll definitely watch it closely. I might make a video on it this weekend again if the GFS model is still showing it. It has been showing it actually for the last 48 hours, so it's pretty impressive, but I'm not that concerned about it as of right now. We're early into, I mean, again, we're still 2 weeks from hurricane season. We've only ever seen one hurricane ever during May. We've only ever seen one, and that was back in like 1953, I think. So, but we've seen plenty of tropical storms. I mean, we've seen at least one every single May. Basically 7 out of the last 8 Mays we've seen at least one tropical storm, so there's a possibility, but I'm not going to get too much into it as of right now because just, to my opinion, it's kind of too early to forecast something like that. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Obviously, you might agree, you might disagree, but I'm not going to go off of one computer model because there's only one computer model that's actually shown this happening. So yeah, it's still hot outside. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Also, thank you a little bit for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Appreciate it. If you have also subscribed and it's not shown up, it's probably because your privacy settings or something like that on YouTube are kind of turned on to be private or something like that. So if you have subscribed, though, to our YouTube channel, I really appreciate it regardless. Make sure to like the stream as well if you are new here. And yeah, again, if you have any questions about any of the weather going on right now, make sure to let me know. Again, we'll be live for a little while. Most of these storms are starting to weaken. Again, that's a very good sign. And near Jolly, just north of Scotland, east of Lakeside City. Again, maybe some hail there, but this warning is going to expire in 4 minutes. I would not expect that to get reinstated in the future. There's also a little shower right now in northwestern Clay County. It seems to also be weakening. So these storms are weakening. Good news there. Again, cap is starting to probably come back in place across a lot of central and north Texas. So that should help limit any severe weather here over the next few hours. Keeps melting away as it gets closer to Fort Worth. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that might be a possibility. I think we'll at least see something in terms of maybe a few showers, but in my opinion, again, I'm not expecting severe weather, even though the mesocyclone discussion does include DFW, or part of it at least, and maybe that potential for severe weather. I'm not forecasting any severe weather for the DFW Metroplex right now. No problem, Ashton. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, again, this is what we're really looking at. I mean, the one severe storm that the only one I'm actually really concerned about, which seems to also be weakening, is the one that might be producing some quarter, maybe $half sized hail now. This is near Woodson, Route 183, but it is also weakening. So another storm that's weakening. And again, we have another one near Strawn. Also one near Ranger and Gorman. By the way, let me go and bring up that model because I want to kind of show you what it's showing. For that hurricane, basically, because I actually kind of want to show you. It's interesting. I mean, it's not, in my opinion, something that I'm honestly concerned about. I'm just going to go and show you because it's interesting. Let's go and pull that up. Weather, here we go. All right, so this is kind of a look at it. So this is what the GFS model is showing next week. So this is Wednesday, Thursday. A little tropical wave might develop a low pressure system in this area basically late next week. This is, again, still about a week out from now, so it's too early to tell whether this will actually happen. But GFS model kind of shows it'll strengthen into maybe a little tropical storm at some point and eventually move out to the north and become a hurricane. Now, a hurricane is just so uncalled for this early in the year. I mean, we're looking at surface winds exceeding 100 miles per hour. And again, it's just too early to tell if this will ever happen. I'm just kind of showing you what a computer model is showing. I am not saying that this is going to happen by any means. It's just something that you should look at because it's cool. But again, this is kind of going toward Florida. That's kind of what's showing on one of the runs on the GFS model. If you go back to yesterday, the computer model is showing it going to the west. Actually, it shows it even gets like into like a category 5 basically. Again, I just don't believe that we'll see something like this in terms of a hurricane. I just thought I'd show you, but yeah, I don't really expect it to be that much of a concern. I'll watch it though. Again, I'll probably make a little forecast on it this weekend, kind of show you what's going on. That's the only computer model, by the way, that's actually shown that there might be something like that. So sent in a video from Garner, Texas. Let me go and take a look. Okay, so this is a video that's sent in. I'm not sure if I can. I guess I can just save the video and then play it. All right, here's the video. Yeah, see, I think this was the one with the lightning, so you can kind of see the lightning in the background. This is sent in by Amanda, by the way. You can see the lightning. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, lightning. There was not actually a whole lot of lightning with these storms, but definitely very cool that you got a lightning clip there. Appreciate you sending that in. All right, gonna go back through the radar probably one last time. I just don't think there's gonna be much more in terms of severe weather tonight. There's also a few severe thunderstorm warnings near San Angelo for those that are tuning in there, but this is what we're looking at as of right now. So let's go kind of through what we're looking at. So again, Wichita Falls, a couple of storms there. These are all weakening, so these are not going to be issued with a new severe thunderstorm warning as of what I know. This one might receive an extension, but I just don't think it will. It's kind of weakening. Again, near Scotland and west of Henrietta, that's moving down to the southeast toward maybe Bellevue eventually. These will probably continue to move east and southeast. I think they'll maybe make buoy and bring some rain. I don't think they'll be severe, though, probably for the remainder of tonight. Down to the south, again, there are a few storms down here. None of them are warned actually anymore, so all the warnings have been expired as of 8:45 p.m. But this is kind of a look at all the storms right now out there. So the one near Breckenridge, strong storm there, maybe quarter-sized hail. Not warned as of right now, but I definitely think there might be some quarter-sized hail right near Woodson, as well as west of Breckenridge. But these are weakening, so that's probably hence why there's not a new severe thunderstorm warning there. Also, a little strong storm west of Grafford. This also might be producing some quarter-sized hail. Also a shower near Mineral Wells going toward Weatherford, so good news there. Near Gordon, there's a little strong storm. The latest scan kind of shows a little bit of a hail core there, just northeast of Gordon, so maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail there. And then near Gorman, and as well as Carbon, just east of Carbon, and as well as near Rising Star, a few storms there. New severe thunderstorm warning was just issued, by the way, for Lake Brownwood, Blanket, and just north of Brownwood. This expires in 44 minutes. It actually literally just got issued. Potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and also hail up to the size of pennies is possible with this storm. And let's go and take a look at the velocities real quick. Kind of see what they're showing. So this is primarily for the threat of damaging wind gusts, which as of right now, it looks like it's going to be 50 miles per hour, but it might actually get up to 60. As of right now, what I see, at least on the velocities, it shows about 55 miles per hour or so. So nothing too crazy as of right now with that storm. And it does not look like any of these storms are really producing too much in terms of wind speeds. But a new severe thunderstorm warning was actually just issued for western Clay County. No rotation, by the way, with any of these storms, so no need to be concerned about tornado threat. But there is a new severe thunderstorm warning on this storm, which I kind of mentioned there might be, but I was not really expecting it. But quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible southwest of Henrietta. And that is, again, in Scotland as well. Windthorst also included in that. Lake Arrowhead, again, included in that. Blue Grove also included in this severe thunderstorm warning. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and also maybe a little bit of quarter-sized hail possible with that storm. So a couple new severe thunderstorm warnings. So still some stuff to watch here. I call it the fantasy model if it's 2 weeks out. I don't. Yeah, that's actually a good name for it. Also, thank you, Amanda, for sending in that video. I forgot. I don't know if I said thank you already, but you send that in. Tons of lightning. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lightning. The European model? No, I don't think there's anything on the European model for that hurricane, at least. Honestly, as I kind of mentioned before, I just don't think we're going to see anything in terms of this system. There might be, again, maybe a tropical depression or storm that might develop. It just, I mean, again, we're like 2 weeks out from this ever getting close to us, so I just don't think it's going to be much of a concern as of right now. But yeah, that's what we're looking at as of right now. Again, things will change. Lots of things will probably change over the next few days. Let me go check the European model though real quick. I think the latest run did not show a single thing. But the European model, yeah, it's been pretty precise the last few seasons. It's usually the most accurate model. But yeah, it doesn't show anything. Not a single thing next week. That's why I'm saying this system that has been kind of over dramatized on Facebook is just something that I'm honestly not concerned about. And unfortunately, sometimes on Facebook, some of these things get shared around so much that they're not really, certified. They're not, completely confirmed to be, happening. In this case, this person was basically saying, look at this computer model run. It's showing a hurricane will be in the, the Gulf of Mexico in 2 weeks. How do we know that's going to actually happen? Well, we don't. It's probably not going to happen. I mean, the chances of it happening at this time of the year, at least, is about 1% or less because of so many factors. The water temperatures are actually just warm enough for maybe something in the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe. But it's like 82 degrees. It's not, honestly, too crazy. Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. But going back to the radar, by the way, there is a strong storm. I would not be surprised if a new severe thunderstorm warning gets issued for Breckenridge. Hail up to the size of maybe $half or ping pong balls will be possible as this moves off to the east. Let me go back to the radar view here. Look at the hailstone sizes. Actually, it's pretty interesting. It does not show anything beyond quarter size. But I would not be surprised if it had large hail, because it is at least some heavy rain. Now, obviously, the heavy rain will definitely take with that storm there near Breckenridge. Again, a few strong storms, one near Grafford and Gordon. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued for Lake Brownwood. Damage wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and also some penny to maybe nickel-sized hail. And that's what we're looking at as of right now. Let me go and take a look at the rainfall totals here over the last hour or so. This is just the last hour. Some people have seen a bit more rain than this. But obviously, you can kind of see where this rain has fallen over the last hour. So a lot of rain here across central Texas, which is obviously good news there. So again, some heavy rain even. There was actually, looks like, up to 2 inches there north of Eastland. So again, Eastland, those in Eastland, a lot of beneficial rain there. That's definitely without a doubt. In northwest of Breckenridge as well, at least within the last hour. Again, there was rain back out to the west of this, but that's just within the last hour. And also near Wichita Falls, there was up to, I believe Wichita Falls may have seen as much as 2.5 to maybe even 3 inches of rain. So there was a lot of rain there. Flash flood warning never got issued, but again, a lot of beneficial rain with all this. We'll definitely take it. So look at that severe thunderstorm warning again south of Henrietta. Do you think Texas will get a tornado outbreak by the end of May? Maybe. The only event that I see in at least I would say short term, but it's not really short term, but at least over the next 2 weeks or so would be going into this upcoming weekend. There might be a chance that we see a deepening trough. It'd be probably negatively tilted, so that probably means there's a good chance for severe weather. But usually negatively tilted troughs bring maybe a potential for severe weather. And I am forecasting that we see some sort of trough late next week into maybe early the following week, basically right around the weekend time frame. So something like next weekend might be a weekend to watch for severe weather. And I'll go over it more in my upcoming forecast, basically the one that'll come out in, what time is it right now? Probably about 3 hours or so. We'll have more information on that. So again, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on post notifications. That'll go more in depth on that potential for a severe weather outbreak next weekend. But it's kind of early, so I'm not going to get too specific in details, but I'll definitely at least show what the setup might be. There's a huge wide variety of where the system might set up. It might set up in the central plains. It might be in the southern plains. So there's a big question mark in terms of where that severe weather will actually occur. So that's what we're looking at again in terms of next week. And again, we'll go live for any of that severe weather event that if it does occur, we'll definitely go live for it. But it's very early to tell what will actually happen this far out. The GFS model was showing, let me go and look at it real quick on my other monitor. But the GFS model, or excuse me, the European model is showing that trough will deepen right around late Sunday into Monday. So the severe weather event, if there were to be one, would probably be right around Monday. Now, the European model shows a positively tilted trough, which usually does not mean or indicate at least typically severe weather. The GFS model, I believe, does show a negatively tilted trough. I'm just going to double confirm that. And yeah, the GFS shows more of a negatively tilted trough late Sunday into Monday. It's a very deep trough, so that could very well result in very strong wind shear. So it's definitely be something to watch. Yeah, Ohio Valley will probably have a better chance of that severe weather outbreak. I agree with that. But that's as of right now. Obviously, things could change. It's going to be a lot more negatively tilted as it goes through the Ohio Valley. So a setup for a better chance for severe weather then. That's definitely something that is going to be another, again, a system to watch then. Will be next week. And actually, I can go and show you guys if you want. It's just on my other monitor. Let me go and bring it up. Back to a closer view. This is a look at the jet stream. Oops. This is a look at the jet stream for next week. So I'll kind of give you a few pointers on what's going on here. So again, this is basically today. So there's a couple of jet streams, again, one down to the south, one up to here to the north. But more importantly, going to next week, this is by Friday of next week. Here's your jet stream. So a huge ridge will kind of build in here over the Ohio Valley. It's going to be a brief, but this is basically Saturday into Sunday. A ridge will kind of build in there. Again, here's your trough. This trough will start to basically strengthen as it moves out to the east through the plains. So you can see going into late Sunday and eventually Monday, a very deep trough. Here's your trough on, actually, this is actually early Tuesday. See, this is where it's set up. Now, severe weather will probably happen on Monday with this forecast specifically occurring. Now, this is 250 hours out. A lot can change again in between now and then. But here's your jet stream, a very deep trough, a little bit of a negatively tilted axis. It's not completely negatively tilted, but it's pretty, actually, it's almost neutral. So again, severe weather would be possible regardless if it's neutral. But this is going into late Tuesday into Wednesday. This is eventually when you can kind of see, it almost becomes like a cutoff low, a bowling ball low is what I call it. But it's basically, cutoff lows occur a lot more in the springtime. But this isn't really cut off at this point in the computer model run. Another little low kind of starts to develop on Wednesday, it looks like. And this is, again, not this upcoming week. It's the week after that. So this is like May 25th. I mean, this is so far up. I'm still mentioning it because it is a very good possibility we see a big pattern change, especially with what the pattern has been right now. Here's your negatively tilted trough. This one actually is almost negatively tilted back off to the west. Usually negatively tilted troughs, by the way, mean that there is a potential for severe weather. Actually, by next Saturday or Sunday, it kind of shows here that there will be a trough over the southern plains. So again, I think the severe weather potential ramps up going into not this upcoming week, but the week following that. So have a good night, Christian. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good night. Yeah, that's what we're looking at, I think, as of right now. So, or at least next week. Again, today what we're looking at is not really anything crazy. Again, it was crazy a little while ago, but right now there's only a strong storm right now near Scotland. It's still a severe thunderstorm warning, in my opinion. It looks like it's kind of weakened out. Again, that's west of Bellevue in western Clay County. And a couple of storms here. Again, there's one near west of Weatherford. These storms are going to be moving toward the Metroplex again, but they're not going to probably be severe. The only storm that might be producing some large hail right now is just east of Gordon. It's a very small hail core, but that's along Interstate 20 right now. And then there's also one near Breckenridge, which also might be producing quarter-sized hail, but I don't think it's really anything beyond that. Yeah, so the cap is not necessarily, well, actually, it's kind of interesting. So as of right now, the cap is actually strengthening. Again, daylight heating is expiring. So the main thing that's happening right now with these storms is that the cap is starting to strengthen. Excuse me, the cap is starting to strengthen again, as well as daylight heating is expiring. So that's going to kind of translate to having less storm activity. These storms will start to weaken. Therefore, a lot of these are going to start diminishing as they move off to the east. Good news is that some of these will likely survive and bring at least some beneficial rain to us in western DFW. But other than that, not really forecasting severe weather for the DFW Metroplex. By the way, if you're just joining us here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us as well as on Facebook. Like our live stream as well here on YouTube. We hit 65 likes, so that was kind of my goal here for today. We can maybe get to 75 by the end of the live stream. That'd be great. But if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, like the stream. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for the latest. Again, we'll have a video going out in a couple of hours, probably right around 10 or 11 o'clock tonight, on more detail of what to expect for maybe a severe weather outbreak next weekend. So that'll be a little bit of a weekend to watch. And here's the latest radar update. So 8:57 p.m. You can see there is still a severe thunderstorm warning basically east of Lake Brownwood near Blanket. This is north of Route 377 along and just east of Route 183 is where the main storm is now. That is going toward Comanche right now. Potential for up to nickel-sized hail, and also damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, or 60 miles per hour, man, is possible with that storm. Also, some strong storms going through Gorman and De Leon. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for there in Eastland and Breckenridge. This is a huge severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning keep an eye on this one as well. Again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Eastland. Cisco Ranger. Just give me 1 second. I gotta go and post this severe thunderstorm warning on Facebook. I haven't posted one in a while, so might as well. And again, if you have any questions relating to anything with weather, definitely feel free to let me know. We'll be live for a little longer. This new severe thunderstorm warning will probably be live for a little bit longer with this storm. Again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning for those in Eastland and Cisco. All right. As I kind of mentioned before, I thought this was might have been producing quarter-sized hail, but this storm is starting to move a bit more to the southeast. So near Breckenridge, this severe thunderstorm warning does include those that are in southern Breckenridge right now, going right along along Route 183, going to the south, going toward Interstate 20. Again, going toward Eastland and Cisco and Ranger. The areas included in this warning, by the way, here's the warning details there on the left side of your screen. Currently, the areas included in this warning include Breckenridge, Eastland, Cisco, Ranger, and Gunsight. Those areas are included in that severe thunderstorm warning. It will be moving down to the south at about 30 miles per hour, so I'm going to put a track on for you. This is probably the... Actually, let me go and draw my own track here so you can kind of get an idea of where this is setting. Here's your latest severe thunderstorm warning. So here's a bit of a track for you. This is going 30 miles per hour, so I'm going to drag this all the way down. It's probably not going to hit anywhere down to the south, but this will at least give you a little bit of a short-term forecast. So Cisco right around 934, Eastland 937, Ranger is probably going to be right around 935, 940 as well, and then Gorman 1008. And then if it were to stay alive, I don't think it will, but if it were to go far enough south, it might reach Comanche. But as of right now, this is kind of the short-term forecast. So basically anywhere that the county line will be right around 915 to 920. So that's kind of the timing on this storm right now that's going to the south. That is our new severe thunderstorm warning again for those areas going to the south of Breckenridge. So going toward, again, Eastland and Cisco and Ranger. Those that have not seen rain again in Eastland, Cisco, and Ranger recently, you at least saw some rain tonight. You're probably going to see a little bit more as this moves down to the south. This is not a website storm load. This is actually a software. It's pretty expensive. It's more for commercial use. All right, again, going down to the south, this is the latest radar update, so you can kind of see here. This is just west of 183, so Route 183. This is the latest. This is a pretty large hail core that's now developing, so this will be something to watch. Very strong updrafts with the storm. Seemingly, as of right now, I know it's 9 o'clock, daylight heating kind of expired. Cap was starting to strengthen, and now all of a sudden we see the severe thunderstorm warning with potential for maybe even larger than just quarter-sized hail. So this is a strengthening storm right now. Again, just south of Breckenridge. This is moving south toward Eastland and as well as going toward Ranger and Cisco. We're looking at as of right now with this storm. Reno, Texas, you might see something, but I think for the most part, anything that goes toward DFW will be pretty weak. So just some showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder with a storm, but I don't expect any severe weather for DFW tonight. Most of us, again, will stay dry in the DFW Metroplex, but yeah, in my opinion, we won't probably see too much in terms of severe weather tonight. Let's go back up to the north again toward Wichita Falls. This is our other severe thunderstorm warning ongoing right now in western Clay County, as well as just east of Archer City. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for those areas near Scotland and Windthrush. This warning does include Blue Grove as well as Lake Arrowhead as well. Until 9:30, so another 28 minutes on this warning, just southwest of Henrietta. Potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and also some quarter-size hail is also possible with this storm. And it's moving southeast about 15 miles per hour, so you can expect this to probably make it into Jack County, as well as southern Clay County, maybe even really far western Monte County, but as of right now, that's probably where it will go for tonight. Might go a little bit further, we'll see. Yeah, it's a really cool software. It's very customizable, but it's a very expensive software, so it costs a lot to run it. Again, near Breckenridge, this is your latest severe thunderstorm warning. For those that are just joining us from either Facebook or even just on the YouTube recommended page, welcome. Make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. But this is a new severe thunderstorm warning for areas south of Breckenridge going toward Eastland, and as well as going toward Cisco and Ranger. Again, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and potentially as high as ping pong ball sized hail may be possible with this storm. And you can see with the latest radar scan here, very large hail core where those blacks and whites are representing there. That is potentially very large hailstone sizes falling in areas just west of US Highway 183. So definitely an area to watch very closely. If you're in those areas, make sure that you are again taking the proper precautions. Bring your car into the garage, make sure you're covering it over, and make sure that you are preparing just in case there is any severe weather in this area tonight. This is a fairly large warning, by the way, as I kind of mentioned before. It's going all the way down into northern Eastland County, so it is a very large area that we're watching right now with this severe weather potential. And you kind of see the hail core there just southwest of Breckenridge. Warning will not expire until about 9:45 tonight, so another 45 minutes on this warning. I would expect this to probably go towards Cisco. That's kind of the path it's going right now. Maybe Ranger as well. Cisco probably won't see this, but you might see something. You might just get clipped by it. By the way, we are 3 subscribers here on YouTube away from 2,300. So if you have not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe here to YouTube channel. We are 3 away. Be one of the last 3 until 2,300. Really appreciate it. Also, turn on post notifications. As I mentioned before, we'll have a more detailed forecast about the potential for a severe weather outbreak going into next weekend. So that'll be something to watch closely. I'll have a bit more of a detailed forecast on that tonight. But other than that, we're primarily focusing on the severe weather that's ongoing right now. I was actually thinking about ending my live stream a little while ago, but we have another severe thunderstorm warning with a pretty large hail core, so we'll stay tuned. Again, this is just west of Route 183 here. This is moving southeast, going toward the county line there of Eastland County and just southwest of Breckenridge, or south, excuse me, of Breckenridge. So it's a pretty rural area in between Breckenridge and Eastland, but Eastland and Cisco kind of get a bit more populated. Cisco being more populated overall, and then Ranger eventually. So it's a pretty populated region we'll be going toward. Again, right along Interstate 20. By the way, for those that are in Albany, or as well as Abilene, anywhere back out to the west of these storms, you are clear for the rest of tonight, so you don't have to be too concerned about any sort of storm activity. Carroll had a passing shower, but that'll be about it. You're going to be drying out. The dry line's moving off to the east. For those in Comanche, De Leon, and as well as in Lake Brownwood, there is a strong storm here. It's probably not severe anymore, but there's a potential for some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So that's a storm to watch for as well. Again, that's going off to the east, northeast. And there's also a strong storm that's right along Interstate 20 near Gordon, and that'll be moving out to the east, northeast as well, going toward Weatherford, and as well as going eventually probably toward Aledo and maybe even closer to Fort Worth, depending on how long it stays alive. But I do not expect it to be severe at all. I don't think that'll happen. So don't be too concerned about severe weather tonight if you're in DFW, primarily just a few passing showers. Main severe thunderstorm warning that we've been watching for a while here is, again, just along US Highway 183. And also, thank you guys so much for getting us to 2,300 subscribers. We just hit the milestone. I really appreciate everybody's support tonight. And a very good live stream. I do appreciate, again, everybody tuning in. Again, this will not be permanent, but for right now, all live streams will be here on YouTube. And as well as on Twitch, but Twitch is kind of just, you know, it's just there. It's not going to be our main platform. All right, so we got some photos sent in by James. Go and pull these up. This is a very cool sunset photo. I don't know where this is actually from. Storm north of okay, so this is near Wichita Falls. So this is a little photo here. It's a little bit blurry, as I mentioned before. A lot of the photos that I get are blurry because they're through Facebook. But again, this is a pretty cool sunset. You kind of see the sun setting in the background. This is probably about 30 to 45 minutes ago at least, but very cool photo. Again, that was sent in by James Smith. Appreciate you sending that in, James. Very cool sunsets. Obviously, a lot of cool clouds as well that have developed tonight. I mean, we've seen a very interesting night overall. Again, there was a lot of baseball-sized hail with these storms, and a peak wind gust of 65 miles per hour near Eastland. That was about 45 minutes ago. So there's been a lot of damaging. There's not been a whole lot of damaging winds. It's primarily been large hail tonight. So luckily, we haven't seen too much there. Stephenville, yeah, you might see some storms. I believe it's Tresa. I might be saying that name wrong, or Tresa. But that's going toward Stephenville. There's a little storm here. I'm going to put a timing guide on it for you. Let's see. So it's about 15, 40. I think this is about 25 miles per hour. I'll go and put a track on it for you, but mainly a strong storm going out to the west. So this is kind of a track on it. It might be a little bit off in terms of timing, so don't. I believe it's going a bit more like that, but this might be a little bit off. But that's kind of like the timeline for you as of right now. So Dublin 9:34, Stephenville 9:53, Heatco right around 10:17. Cransfield Gap right around 10:49, Glen Rose 10:55, and Walnut Springs right around 10:55. Again, might be a little bit of an underestimate in terms of speed. It might be about 5 miles per hour faster, so might be a little bit faster, but that's moving off to the east. So Stephenville might get some storms, but I don't think it's going to be anything too strong. Teresa, thank you. Or Trisue? Trisue, is that what it is? Sorry. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, as you might have been able to tell. We're getting hammered with rain, winds, and lightning and blanket right now. Really? Yeah, the main area of the storms are actually off to your northeast right now. But definitely, again, any rain that we get, we'll take. Anywhere in North Texas, we'll take that rain. Again, a lot of rain. Definitely beneficial tonight. No problem. Appreciate you tuning in. Category 5 in May. Yeah, that's not happening. I know, the GFS model is overestimating that one thing right now. Again... It's a bit of a rant for me. I kind of had a little bit of a rant earlier about it, but yeah, I'm not really expecting a category 5 in May. It's just, that'd be absurd. All right, let's see. Okay, got all the questions. Okay, so those again, they're just joining us. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for those just south of Breckenridge. This is heading toward Eastland, Cisco, and Ranger. Main threat with this storm is the potential for ping pong ball sized hail and damaging wind gusts maybe up to 60 miles per hour. We'll go back to the hail radar here. And kind of give you an idea of what the hailstone sizes are right now with this storm. That is not the hailstone sizes. 1 second. All right, here's the latest hailstone sizes estimated by radar. So ping pong. Oh, okay, here's the latest radar update. So up to $half size, potentially, maybe a little bit greater than that. Again, there might be hail the size of ping pong balls with the storm. It is warned for quarter-sized hail, but as you can kind of see by the radar estimates, it's a little bit higher than that. And the hail core is definitely a lot more definitive on radar. You can really clearly see that little black area that will be shown here in just a moment. Really shows the hail core. I mean, this is definitely a lot of large hail falling right there. So with a lot of these storms, as I've mentioned before, a lot of us have seen up to baseball-sized hail with these storms that have developed. This one, obviously, the updrafts are still strong, but we have daylight heating expired. We are also seeing a increase of the cap, so that will eventually help these storms kind of weaken and not produce the same level of threats as they've already produced. But this storm is definitely producing some large hailstones. Again, this is just west of US Highway 183 as of 9:10 p.m. tonight. And again, quarter-sized hail, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour as it moves down to the south and southeast. But again, ping pong ball sized hail is possible with this storm, so definitely don't rule it out tonight. A little strong storm just east of Woodson, by the way, but that's not severe at this time. Come back up to the north real quick. This storm, again, this storm's been alive for a little while now. It's had a huge history producing quarter to $half sized hail in Wichita Falls. This one is moving down to the southeast. It actually it's maintained its composure here over the last 30 to 45 minutes near Scotland and Winthrop. It's actually kind of going southeast or southwest, excuse me, almost now. But this is right along Route 281. Potential for maybe $half sized hail with this storm is going to be possible, as well as it moves down to the southeast. But Bellevue seeing maybe a little shower there, as well as maybe Henrietta. But other than that, this storm is moving down to the south and southeast. As of right now, DFW, we'll go to the DFW radar real quick. I'm not sure DFW radar will really show anything, but yeah, you can kind of see a few showers back out to the west, again, near Mineral Wells. Lippin also about to get by maybe a little storm there, but most of this is weak. It's not really strong by any means. De Leon as well as Comanche still seeing some strong to maybe some severe storms potentially developing there, but most of it's just rain, a little bit of strong storms, maybe some small hail or gusty winds is all we're seeing with that. This is the latest radar update here on the storm near US Highway, again, 183. This is, again, north of Eastland. This is the main storm that we've been watching here for the last 15 to 20 minutes. The storm has definitely been the strongest that we've seen so far. So, sure that you are taking your proper precautions as the storm does move down to the south. I respond to something. But yeah, definitely moving down to the southeast again. Make sure that you are taking the proper precautions as this moves down to the southeast toward Eastland, Ranger, and Cisco. Gun sight also included in this warning, but this is the only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now that I have much concern about. There's obviously a potential for some quarter-sized hail just southeast of Wichita Falls. It's in a bit more of a rural area. This one is also in a rural area, but it is definitely going along a bit of a populated road there right along US Highway 183. So still some severe weather ongoing. Most of it's been diminishing here, obviously, as kind of what the Storm Prediction Center mentioned. It's been diminishing. By the way, thank you, Nikki and Matt, by the way, for subscribing here to our YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Welcome. And also, if you want to support our channel above and beyond, you can become a supporter for only $2.99 per month. You can click the little join button down below. If you're on desktop, I believe it's $2.99. If you're on mobile, it's like $4.99. But if you want to get it for $2.99, you can go in the link in the description and click that. And you can support our page. It gives you a chat badge, some access to exclusive videos, forecasts, and stuff like that. So definitely consider becoming a supporter here on North Texas Weather Center. Sorry, my throat is kind of almost gone already. By the way, we are... I don't know. How long are we under the stream? We are 2 hours into the stream, by the way. Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in for any portion of it. As I mentioned before, again, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Like the stream as well. You want more content like this, and we'll again be going into more depth about the severe weather outbreak potential for next week. We'll go into it tonight in a separate forecast, so it'll be in a video, not a live stream, but it'll be like a 4 to 5 minute video, kind of going more in depth on that severe weather outbreak potential for next week. That actually might get released tomorrow. I might make a video tonight just on the forecast for basically the next few days. I might make a long-term forecast and post that tomorrow afternoon. And that'll go into more depth about what to expect with that maybe severe weather outbreak next week. So I might do a little bit of a different format there. But again, those that are just joining us, this is the only severe thunderstorm warning as of right now, aside from the one southeast of Wichita Falls. So as you can see here, this one as of right now is along Route 183, going down to the southeast, eventually going toward Ranger and Eastland. And this might, but it'll probably avoid Cisco. It's moving a bit more to the southeast now. It's almost moving in this direction. It's kind of moving like almost like this right now. So I actually might go primarily toward Ranger and maybe not Eastland, but it's pretty long term. It's a pretty large warning, as I mentioned before. So it's actually a very large warning for what it is right now. I mean, it's kind of obviously most of these storms are going to be weakening out. So again, there's a little strong storm southwest of Graham. There's also a little shower, maybe a little storm just northwest of Breckenridge as of right now. So those are the storms that we're looking at as of right now. And also again, near Gordon, De Leon, a little strong storm there. And these will eventually, again, push toward the Metroplex. Most of us will stay dry. Maybe about 15 to 20% of us will see any rain tonight. And that will primarily be in Tarrant County. And then back off to the north, again, near Bowie. This is just west of Bowie. This is basically in Clay County right now. Still have the severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for the next 15 minutes. And you can see here near Scotland and Windthrush, this area has the potential for some damage wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also some quarter-sized hail with that storm. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Also, thank you, Dennis, for becoming a, I don't know where it just went. Thank you for becoming a Tornado subscriber. I appreciate it. Thank you for upgrading your subscription. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I don't know why the alerts did not pop up on screen. I'm not going to lie, but I'll try to see if it pops up here pretty soon. Sorry, I just noticed notification south of Bowie. Yeah, Bowie should stay. I mean, you might see a shower pass by. As of right now, I'm not forecasting any severe weather for you tonight, Matt. Yeah, I'm not expecting that to go toward your region. Might be a shower, though. I don't anticipate any severe weather with that going toward your area. Also, thank you, Quinn, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Sometimes the notifications don't pop up, but I appreciate you subscribing, Quinn. Is Jacksonville, Illinois going to be okay? That is a great question. I can go ahead and take a look real quick, but we're primarily doing Texas weather tonight. I'll go ahead and take a look, though, for you. Near Springfield. Take a quick look. Looks like you're fine right now. I don't see any severe weather there. Looks like just some strong storms going toward you, Christian. Other than that, looks like you're doing fine. I appreciate that, Quentin. Yeah, I know a lot of people actually, you know, it's funny. By the way, if you want to comment where you're actually from in chat, definitely feel free to, because I know a lot of people actually watch from across the United States. It's pretty interesting. I know I've had people watch from North Carolina. I think the other day I had somebody watch from Alaska. I mean, it's weird. Some people actually, I don't, you know, there's nothing against it. It's pretty interesting. A lot of people do watch from other locations, which again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, severe weather is a very interesting topic that ongoes across the United States, especially in May. By the way, the severe thunderstorm warning for those in Eastland and Ranger, the warning has been condensed, so it no longer includes Cisco. So just kind of an update there. This is, again, north of Interstate 20. That's where that warning is included for. Eastland, kind of like on the edge of it. Ranger has a better chance of being hit by the severe thunderstorm. Again, that's moving down to the southeast. It's producing the potential for quarter-sized hail, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Phoenix, Arizona. Wow. Okay. That's a first. I think that's the first from Arizona, as of what I know, at least. Arkansas. Nice. Gotcha. Thank you, Jersey Reb, for subscribing. Appreciate it. That's interesting. And by the way, there are strong storms again near Mullen and east of Brownwood. Comanche de Leon seeing some strong storms, and primarily just some small hail and maybe some gusty winds, but that's about all. Those storms are no longer severe. Some heavy rain just to the north of Stephenville, not severe near Lippen, and that's moving off to the east, probably going to go toward Weatherford. Primarily just rain, though, at this point. There's also a couple of strong storms again off to the north of Breckenridge. These are not producing any severe weather, but yeah, there's nothing too crazy with this as of right now. And again, going back off to the north, these storms again were a lot stronger a while ago. There was baseball-sized hail with 4 total storms. It is no longer anywhere close to that. A lot of these are weakening again because of daylight heating expiring. And yeah, I mean, the amount of lift in the atmosphere, not nearly a strong cap, is starting to kind of strengthen again. And again, this is another severe thunderstorm warning that expires at 9:30, but this is just east of wind thrust in Scotland. Damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and up to quarter-sized hail possible with that. Justin, I'm attending Embry-Riddle in Daytona Beach, but I'm no longer in college, so as of right now, like for the summer. I'll be back in the fall, though. I am on summer break. So yeah, if any sort of severe weather events happen, at least for the southern plains, I'll probably go live for any of them. So just gotta keep that in mind. Tornadoes could happen. Tornadoes aren't going to happen tonight, at least in North Texas. I don't know about elsewhere, but North Texas, no tornado threat tonight. Very weak low-level shear. I mean, we're talking very weak. It's basically nothing, so. Nice thunderstorm warning in northern Oklahoma, is there? Actually, there are some storms up there right now. I'll go ahead and take a quick look at it. I know most of you guys are from Texas, but just going to take a look at this real quick. Ping pong ball size here near hail, near Caldwell. That's a pretty impressive storm there, just southwest of Wichita. There's a few thunderstorms going on there right now. $50 sized hail south of Manchester. So yeah, there's a little bit of storm activity up there. It's interesting. They actually have a severe thunderstorm watch up there, and we never actually had one, even though we had like 4 different events of baseball sized hail. I mean, like, it's just, you know, I don't know. I think we should have had a severe thunderstorm watch a while ago. I mean, we should have really had one like this evening, because there was just so much large hail. No, Dylan, I'm actually going for broadcast meteorology. So I know it's very well known for aviation, but no, I'll never fly a plane in my life. I've kind of already made that known. I don't want to fly a plane. I don't have anything to do with it. Even if it meant being a hurricane chaser or hurricane hunter or whatever, definitely wouldn't want to fly a plane. I think it'd be cool though if I went in one of those. Yeah, broadcast meteorology. Oklahoma's near your area. I gotcha. Yeah, there's no tornado threat tonight. I know there was like a 2% probability up there, but I don't think there's gonna be a tornado threat tonight. The low level shear across the board is just weak, really all across the United States. So, by the way, sorry, I don't know why Stream Elements decided to time you out, Quinn, but it happens. Just ignore it. Yeah, I'm not sure, Dennis, why. I don't know if you're still here, Dennis, but I don't know why the notification didn't pop up on screen that you're a Tornado subscriber now, but yeah, again, if you guys are new to the stream, make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. Again, we do a lot of videos, not just on North Texas, but other regions as well sometimes. And make sure to like the stream as well. Let's see if we can maybe get to 100 likes. I'll be again live for a little longer, but I was originally planning to go off a little while ago, but there's still some severe weather ongoing, so we'll stay live. But yeah, make sure to follow us again. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all those platforms. We're on all of them. You can follow those links in the description. If you want to support our page beyond and beyond and get a little chat badge, also get some exclusive benefits like exclusive forecasts and stuff like that, make sure to go and check out the join button down below. It starts from $2.99 per month. You can become a member here on our page. Okay. Yes, Bolden, I do. I know how to read. I actually, yeah, that's just, you know, it's funny. I actually learned something in college. Yes, I know how to read METARs. Yeah, I know METARs, PIREPs, and TAFs. those are the things that we learned. So thank you, Patty, by the way, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, for the most part, honestly, like if you were to give me like a METAR or something like that, I think at least 95% of what it means. I might know the whole thing. I don't know. Depends on what it is, though. Most of that stuff I know, though. I just took an aviation weather class this past semester. So Sherman, Texas should stay dry tonight. Floppa. So are you gonna be in North Texas after you finish college? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to sophomore year, so long-term plans, I don't have really any clue as of right now. But I don't know. I want to, what I want to do if I am going into the broadcast meteorology business or whatever, I would rather be in North Texas, Florida, or New England. I don't really want to be elsewhere. Those are like the 3 areas that I kind of want to be in. But I hope that, obviously I have 3 years to go. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. I mean, this page could become, bigger than what it is right now. And this might be able to, supply, future, I could become like the next Ryan Hall or something like that, for example. I know I don't really watch Ryan Hall. I just know he's like the biggest YouTuber right now for weather. I mean, that could happen. It's a possibility. So I'm still keeping my, mind open to other things. But my plan is to hopefully be in North Texas. That's kind of what I want to do after college if I'm going into the broadcast meteorology field. Wait. Appreciate it, Dennis. Rome. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be a weatherman in Southern California. It's not even just because of the the crazy economy there, but it's really more because of the insane weather that they have. They have sunny skies and 50s and 60s all the time. Yeah, Southern California. I mean, anywhere in California, the weather is just not that exciting. Really not. I really enjoy New England weather, but I also really enjoy North Texas weather. Those are the 2 areas that I would like to do more than anything. By the way, the severe thunderstorm warning for areas Eastland and Ranger just expired. Or got canceled, excuse me. So warning's no longer going. There's a storm near Breckenridge, by the way, a little strong storm there. But other than that, no longer severe. Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing Florida weather, though. Florida is not terrible either, but it's just a lot of the repetitiveness of storms during the summer. So Florida would basically be my last option. I'd rather do Texas, though. Or New England. Again, New England, it's definitely not out of that question. I was checking if another YouTuber I subscribe to is streaming. Yeah, I don't. Okay. I wonder why that storm on top of Breckenridge isn't even severe thunderstorm warned. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Sometimes the National Weather Service just doesn't issue warnings. I don't know why. I genuinely don't. Because there was a severe thunderstorm warning, or there was a severe storm in Throckmorton earlier. There was baseball-sized hail that was reported in Throckmorton. 2 separate reports at 6:30. There was not a single warning with that storm, by the way. And it eventually weakened, but man, didn't issue any warning. And there was a pretty pronounced hail core too at that time. But again, the National Weather Service kind of does what they do. So. Can you check on the severe thunderstorm warning near Wichita Falls? Yeah, I can go ahead and do that. It's the only warning actually that we have right now. There are some strengthening storms near Dublin right now, south of Stephenville, so that'll be something to watch too. Yeah, I'm probably the only person streaming weather, am I? I mean, for whatever reason, it seems like I'm the only streamer usually that streams weather on more low-end events. But I mean, I like streaming. I don't really care. I don't really care what kind of event it is. It can be 1 storm. It can be 50. Kind of all the same. I actually don't live in Texas right now. I live in Florida because of college. ACP. Is there rain today? It depends on where you are, but most of us will probably stay dry tonight. All right, so this storm again near Scotland, southwest of Henrietta, near Winthrust. Those areas have the potential again for some quarter-sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. But the storm is moving down to the southeast. The warning is going to expire in 3 minutes, and that's doing again closer to Jack County. It might survive as a little weak storm or a shower, but at this point, I don't expect it to really be severe anymore. It's kind of lost its, really its hail core, so nothing too crazy as of right now. Again, a lot of this activity will be going toward Fort Worth and DFW, but most of it will likely just be weak. So severe weather looks to be on the low end as it moves off to the east. Here's a look at the current live radar, so you can kind of see a little shower in southwestern Wise County, southeastern Jack County. Also back out to the west near Breckenridge, there's a couple of showers and weak storms there, nothing too crazy. There are some stronger storms near Dublin right now in Comanche. These are moving off to the east-northeast. They might go towards Stephenville, so. And yeah, eventually these will move off to the east-northeast. Again, Fort Worth might see some showers, but most of us will probably stay dry. A couple of showers might even hit Cook County here. Looks like a little shower there in northwestern Cook County. But for the most part, a lot of this is not severe anymore. There is a strengthening storm, as I mentioned before, near D. Leon going toward Dublin and Stephenville, so that might be something to watch. I'd keep an eye on this. I appreciate it, Floppa. Been storm chasing. You're in Bowie? I got you, yeah. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate literally anybody that's watching. Really appreciate everybody's support. I do enjoy doing what I do. Denton probably will stay dry tonight, but there's a chance I might see something. It'll probably just be a shower, though. I don't expect any storms in DFW tonight. You and Texas Storm Chasers are probably the premier streams. I don't even know who Texas Storm Chasers are, to be honest. I've never heard of them, but it's cool. Appreciate the compliment. I think that's a compliment. There's some strong storms right now going through Comanche, Dublin. And severe thunderstorm warnings will expire in just a moment, so that will leave us with actually no warnings in North Texas. For the first time in, I think, about 3 hours. 3.5 hours, maybe. This is a pretty quick event. I mean, it was only 3.5 hours long for the most part. You can kind of see these showers are now weakening over in Breckenridge, and there's some showers again. Those will all be kind of moving toward the Metroplex. We'll see some nice rain with it, but no severe weather here for DFW. Good news there. Stephenville and again Dublin, those areas are going to see that strong storm. I'm going to put a timing guide on this and kind of give you an idea of when these storms will eventually kind of go toward your region. This is going about 30 miles per hour or so. So those in the track of it as of right now: Dublin 937, Stephenville 958, Pico 1008, Walnut Springs 1040, Glenrose 1044, Meridian 1049, Morgan 1055, Godley 1116, and then Rio Vista 1125, Cleburne 1127. That's kind of the timeline on that storm. See how long it does survive. As of right now, it's kind of strengthening a little bit, but it's pretty much just a strong storm right now, not severe at this time. Yeah, I usually only do Texas weather, especially in weather events like this, but I do sometimes do Oklahoma weather and stuff like that. Oklahoma weather seems to be pretty much just hail right now. I do occasionally drift away from North Texas weather. Just kind of depends on the situation. Like right now I could if I wanted. I don't know how many people are actually watching for North Texas weather at this point. But are you guys all... let me know if you guys want to keep looking at Texas weather, or would you rather look at the Oklahoma and Kansas weather? Chat, just let me know. Because, I mean, the Texas weather is kind of just diminishing at this point. I can go ahead and transition if you guys want me to. It's kind of up to you. I know a lot of you are watching from all sorts of different places. Honestly, all the severe weather is probably done for tonight in North Texas, but a little strong storm again near Comanche and Dublin. But that's basically it. I mean, we're not really looking at anything else. It's a lot of rain at this point. Lightning, and by the way, has been like at a 0. I think the lightning out of these storms has been basically nothing. Lightning strikes per minute right now. Actually, it's a little bit higher than what it was a little while ago when they were severe. It's 20 strikes per minute. So there's actually still some lightning. Most of the lightning's coming out of that strong storm down to the southwest. Yeah, there will probably be some severe weather next weekend or early next, not this week, but basically like the following week. So the 23rd or 24th or something like that, 25th, that time frame. Might see some severe weather then. That'll be something to watch. Yeah, all the storms are for the most part weakening. The only one that is a little bit stronger than before is near Comanche, southwest of Stephenville. So yeah, that's as of right now what we're looking at. There's no other severe thunderstorm warnings across North Texas. As I mentioned before, there is some severe weather in southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma, but that's about it. I mean, we're not really looking at any other warnings right now in North Texas. But again, northern Oklahoma, there's a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there. Again, near looks like Clearwater, west and southwest of Wichita. Severe thunderstorm warning there. West of Caldwell. Also far northern Oklahoma, there's a little severe thunderstorm warning there. And these storms aren't even that impressive to begin with either. Actually, we had the worst severe weather tonight, and it's pretty interesting. North Texas had the worst of the severe weather tonight, and now it's kind of down to severe weather in Oklahoma, as well as Kansas. So I guess we'll kind of transition into a little bit more of the severe weather that's ongoing up here for at least a few minutes. I'm not sure how long I'll be live for, but we'll see what happens. Storms in Wichita Falls and Wichita. Yeah, there's 2 Wichitas that are seeing storms right now. There's the one severe thunderstorm warning west of Wichita that's had actually hail reports up to $half sized hail in Sedgwick, and that's near Cheney. That's producing up to $half sized hail, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So severe weather ongoing there. Near Viola, that's moving off to the northeast, and there's also a storm near Caldwell right now, also producing maybe some storm, a little bit of hail up to the size of quarters. Actually, I think this was warned for ping pong ball sized hail before, if I'm not mistaken, when I passed by it. So that's near Bluff City. Also near, I'm not even going to pronounce that name, but basically right along 11 and 132 here, right on that intersection, maybe some quarter-sized hail there. Put some tracks on these storms. I have not really looked at these storms at all, so I'm not really sure on what the tracks are, or the direction on most of these. I believe they're moving south. This one's moving kind of north, so they're actually moving different directions, which is quite interesting. Go and stop the radar there, refresh it real quick. And we'll put a track on all these storms for you, kind of give you an idea of where these are heading. Again, main threat right now being just some quarter-sized hail or damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour with most of these storms. All right, here's the radar. So let's go and see what the storm is indicating. About 13 miles per hour. 13. Okay, so these storms are moving fairly slow. So this will be a little bit of a track for you on these storms. So Pond Creek right around 10:11, Nash 10:17, Jet 10:25, Kremlin right around 10:48, Hillsdale right around 10:49, Gultry right around 11:07, Carrier 11:14, and then eventually North and Ned right around 11:23, and Breckenridge right around 11:25. Again, this is Oklahoma, so there's a severe thunderstorm watch ongoing for Oklahoma until 1 in the morning. So it's a pretty, not actually that large of a watch, but it is definitely an area to watch tonight for maybe some severe weather if you are in Oklahoma. This is back down to the other storm, or actually up to the other storm. That's near Bluff City right now. This is moving also down to the southeast. Medford right around 10:39, Deer Creek 10:50, and Lamont right around 11:23. That's the track on this area of the storms right now. This one little cell again near Bluff City. There's also again another severe thunderstorm warning near Cheney and Goddard. This is going off to the northeast, moving northeast about 15 miles per hour. So these storms are all very slow moving, primarily due to the weak shear that we have tonight. Here's a little track for you. So Garden Plain 10:48, or excuse me, 9:48. Goddard right around 9:57. Andale right around 10:30. Colwich right around 10:34. Mays right around 10:41. Mount Hope right around 10:51. Eventually Valley Center right around 11:04. Bentley 11:07, and then Sedgwick, I can't say that name for some reason, but 11:25 for there. Again, all these storms primarily just producing large hail and maybe some damaging wind gusts. The highest hail report out of all these storms so far is only $half sized hail, which again is a lot lower than the storms that we're looking at in Texas a little while ago. So these are, at this point, what we're looking at there. And there's no severe weather ongoing in North Texas right now. By the way, there was trees blown down, power lines were lines down, and as well as a roof blown off a barn in Brownwood. So that is actually over in Brownwood, Texas. That's on Lake Brownwood from that storm about an hour ago. That's a new report near Brownwood. So get some photos of that. I'll definitely make sure to let you know. But as of right now, there was some pretty hefty damage, it looks like, in Brownwood. I don't think there was a tornado, though. I think it was just maybe some straight line winds. So it's interesting. I don't think there's a tornado, though. I didn't see any rotation or anything like that. Oh, was that in Twister, Steven? Sorry, missed that. I think I missed a lot of... Okay. That severe thunderstorm warning near Wichita Falls was a tornado warning for like 20 seconds. Really? Maybe they made a mistake by accident. Storm chasers get hungry. Yeah. Yeah, storm chasers do a lot. Wish I was over there. Okay, back to the storms again. Near Cheney and Goddard, there's currently a severe thunderstorm warning again until 10:30, if I'm not mistaken. Or, excuse me, 10:15. Can't do math. But damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and a $0.5 size hail possible with that storm. It's moving off to the northeast. All these storms moving fairly slowly in southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma. So these are all pretty much slow movers. So we're not really looking at anything too fast tonight. Again, the low-level shear is pretty weak tonight. So these storms are going to move fast, or excuse me, move pretty slow overall. And as well as the 20th threat is pretty low tonight as well. By the way, if you're new here to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe. Again, we'll do more live streams like this in the future. We do it all the time. And make sure to also follow us on Facebook. And as well as make sure to like the YouTube stream. I'm hoping we're only like 8 likes away, I think, from 100. So if you haven't already liked the stream, make sure to go ahead and like the stream. And again, I'll go more in depth into the severe weather potential for an outbreak going to next weekend in my forecast. Most likely tomorrow I'll have a forecast for you on that. I'll have obviously my normal 4 to 5 minute forecast tonight on what we're expecting over the next few days in North Texas, but there'll be a severe weather outbreak kind of forecast for coming out probably tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate it, Quinton. What weather app do you use? On my phone I usually use Radar Scope. That's basically the only one that I use. Is this a cold front? There's a weak cold front kind of off to the west of this, and I don't know why this radar is not updating. 1 second. Okay, is this radar down? Oh, it's just loading. Okay. There's a kind of like a stationary slash kind of weak cold front right now, but it's not that strong to begin with. Just better look at the radar, by the way, if you're anywhere near just north of Nash. But yeah, it's not anything too impressive. I mean, the cold front isn't really bringing much in terms of cold air. There's a dry line though that kind of developed again back out to the west and western North Texas, kind of near central Texas. Eventually this will kind of move down to the south. There might be some storms in eastern North Texas tomorrow, but other than that, this will kind of just lift back up. I mean, we're not going to really see much of cold air with this. It's going to be basically nothing. Yeah, Radar Omega I've heard a lot of people use. I don't honestly still know what that is. I've never really looked into it, but I know a lot of people do use that one as well. But yeah, Radar Scope's the one I primarily use, at least on my mobile device. By the way, this one storm northwest of Jefferson, this one intersecting 11 and 132, really not that severe in my opinion. I mean, the winds aren't even close to 60 right now, at least in terms of the velocities. Maybe a little bit of hail, but it looks like it's pretty minimal. The only severe thunderstorm warning that's even on the entire map at this point, I think. I don't think there's anything else across the country. I could be wrong. There might be something back out to the east. But this is a severe thunderstorm warning right now near Cheney, and this is north of Viola. So that's moving off to the north and northeast about 15 miles per hour, going toward Goddard, and producing $0.5 sized hail and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. POV, you use Radar Mega because you watch Ryan. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never used. I've never watched, excuse me, Ryan Hall. So I honestly don't know anything about him. So I just know he's like the biggest YouTuber right now in terms of weather in general. So that's all I know. I honestly have never watched him though in my life. So I'm not really familiar with him. Yeah, this is in Kansas and Oklahoma right now. Just kind of looking at the weather for a few minutes. I'm not probably going to be live too much longer just because a lot of this is pretty minimal. I mean, we're not really looking at anything too crazy. I mean, most of this is pretty much on the low end right now. And again, if you're just joining us, make sure again to subscribe here to our YouTube channel. We're 6 likes away from 100. If we can reach 100 likes, I would really appreciate it. This would be our 3rd or 4th live stream now in a row that would reach 100 likes on. So if we can get to 100 likes, that's our goal for tonight. It was 65 originally. Now it's up to 100. Been live a little bit longer than I thought I would. 2.5 hours in. And again, if you want to support us above and beyond, you can always feel free to become a subscriber here on YouTube. Or supporter, I should say. It's more of a supporter thing. And you can click the join button down below, starting from $2.99 per month. Or click the link down in the description below. And it's cheaper on mobile devices. Really appreciate if you become a supporter. You can get exclusive videos, forecasts, and even a chat badge with that sort of stuff. So make sure to consider becoming a supporter. I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I know Ryan Hall gets a lot of viewers on his stream, so I'm kind of surprised. You know, honestly, I know how many views he gets usually on his live streams. I don't watch any of his content, though, but I know that he gets a lot of views. And I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that so many people actually watch live streams on both YouTube And I mean, YouTube's basically the only thing he streams on. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at how many people actually watch weather live streams. I've never really thought there was that big of an audience for weather live streams. No, you're good, Flopping. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that he gets so many viewers on his live streams. I just honestly never knew there was that large of an audience for, you know, weather and severe weather. So how long have you been doing on your channel? You mean like how long I've been doing what I do like this? I've been doing live streams ever since March of 2020, basically when COVID happened, or the whole lockdown, I should say. And then, yeah, I've been doing live streams basically ever since then. I think the first ever live stream I did was in April of 2020, though. I really started doing this whole page and stuff like that full time back in March of 2020, kind of as I said before. And it was all mainly on Facebook. I didn't do anything on YouTube up until I believe it was 2021. I primarily started doing all my forecasts on YouTube. And now I'm doing live streams just on YouTube temporarily. That's primarily due to the fact that of the whole Facebook thing. If you guys heard about it, you might have not seen it, but you can check out the post on Facebook. But basically, phishing scam, excuse me, happened. And I'm just gonna avoid streaming and stuff like that on Facebook for right now. But yeah, I've been doing YouTube though. I've been uploading, I think, a video just about every single day ever since summer of 2021. So I've been doing this for almost a year now. I think I have at least 300 seconds forecast. Seconds forecast is basically what I upload every morning or late evening. So yeah, I don't know why Stream Elements just timed you up, but I'll go ahead and take a look at these messages. Okay, so oh, I gotcha. Yeah, again, I've never watched them. I'll have to watch them sometime, but yeah, I'm not that familiar with them. I'll definitely take a look at some point. You think I'll get there? You know, honestly, I never thought I would ever get to 1,000 followers on Facebook. I'm up to, by the way, if you guys are not familiar with Facebook, I'm up to 31,000 followers on Facebook. And that is over the span of 2 years. I never thought back in March of 2020, I thought, you know, I'll get 500 to maybe 1,000 followers and that'll be it. Like over the next 4 or 5 years through college and stuff like that. I never had the intention of ever getting past, you know, 1,000, honestly. So I'm still shocked by that. And even on YouTube, 2,000 subscribers, I never thought that would even happen. And I never thought I'd be on YouTube to start with. So, you know, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I don't know why you just got timed out too, but let me go and take a look at your message. Sorry, Stream Elements is, I'm gonna have to fix it after this. For some reason it's timing people out for no reason. Yeah, right, Dennis. Yeah, I understand that. It's just, you know, a lot of people, I would think a lot more people would be watching these sort of live streams on, you know, or these sort of weather events on TV. But obviously cable, a lot of people are starting to get away from cable. So there's a possibility that a lot more people are starting to watch primarily online. So that might be why. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. I never would have thought there was such a large audience for, especially on YouTube. But I guess there is. Just learning something new. I've never seen rain in California. Yeah, California is a dry state usually. Usually don't see a whole lot there. By the way, the severe thunderstorm warning for Garden Plain and Chedney is now damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and ping pong ball sized hail. So just the latest on this severe thunderstorm warning west of Goddard. That's moving again off to the north at about 15 miles per hour. This new severe thunderstorm warning near Byron right now, going toward Jet and Nash. And this actually has potential for ping pong ball sized hail as well and damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So 2 storms there that are producing some large hailstones. And that's as of right now. The reports from earlier, that's about an hour ago. But again, near Byron right now, going toward 11 and as well as 38. That's all east of Route 64. You deserve around 1,000. Yeah, honestly, I'll be shocked if I ever get above 1,000 viewers concurrently. I just don't think that'll ever happen. I never thought I would get 1,000 followers. I just, you know, it would be impossible. I will not believe if I got above 1,000 followers concurrently. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. But if it does, you know, it'd be awesome. But I don't think it will. I got you. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you don't have cable and whatnot. Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, watching these live streams are really basically free, so might as well. Cable is obviously money, so I know a lot of people are going away from cable. Yeah, Texas went from like 90 degrees to like, what's the temperature now? Wait, let me go back to Texas real quick. gonna take a look at the temperatures. Temperatures are probably down to like 70s right now or something. This is the METAR observation, so this will kind of show you. Breckenridge is 73 degrees right now. It's like 100 degrees like 3 hours ago. Even Wichita Falls is 81 right now, I think. Is that what that says? It says 81. It's the METAR data. And 81 degrees in Bowie. It's actually in the upper 70s across DFW. It's not bad. Yeah, 73 in Breckenridge right now. That's where an area where a lot of rain happened. Also near Brownwood. Those areas are in the low 70s. So, yeah, it's definitely a lot cooler in those areas. But actually, a severe thunderstorm warning here near San Angelo. Might as well go and take a look at that since we're kind of looking all across the United States right now. This severe thunderstorm warning has potential for $half size hail. Moving into absolutely nowhere. There's nothing in the track to the storm apparently, but this is all north of El Dorado, and this is south of San Angelo, so kind of in between those two areas. But it looks like a very rural area here. There's absolutely no towns popping up on any of this, so it looks like we're not really going to look at that storm. And while we're at it, might as well go to Arkansas, because I'm just kind of taking a little tour of the United States here with the warnings. This is near Mountain View, Arkansas. I've never looked at Arkansas weather, to be honest with you. But near, this is all north of Mountain View, near Big Flat. Some storms ongoing there. Quarter-sized hail damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And back to Arkansas and Oklahoma. I have 101 degrees in Stephenville, and now it's 77. Yeah, it was hot today. I don't know why you keep getting timed out, but I do apologize. Steam Elements seems to be timing people out for no reason. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any tornado threat tonight. Again, I kind of mentioned it a bunch, but there's no low-level shear tonight, so or there's shear, but it's so weak. I mean, tornado threat's basically not happening tonight. Will these storms... Will storms leave outflow boundaries that could develop storm? No, I don't think so, Justin. Storms tomorrow will be very isolated, and they'll primarily be off to the northeast. Storms tomorrow, I'll kind of show you real quick for Texas. Primarily in this area here, there might be a few showers or storms tomorrow. Make sure this is popping up with Stream Elements, yeah. Okay. Or OBS, I should say. But yeah, this is the area that might have a few showers or weak storms tomorrow. That'll primarily be probably during the morning, maybe early afternoon, but that'd be about it. Yeah, I don't expect too much in terms of too much crazy stuff tomorrow. We have a great lightning show going on in Stephenville. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning down there. Those storms have actually, these are pretty impressive storms. I'll go back down to DFW because why not? So these storms near Stephenville have been producing a lot of lightning. Pretty impressive. Thank you, Jonathan, by the way, for the $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. But yeah, near Dublin, Hiko, and just south of Stephenville, this storm has been going on forever. They're primarily moving off to the east, so not toward DFW, but nothing too crazy. Sorry, I'm really behind on stuff right now. Severe storm just out of nowhere. Got timed out. Yeah, I don't know why you keep getting timed out. It's Stream Elements. It's not me, so I'll fix it tomorrow. I don't know why, or tonight actually after the stream. Yeah, it's 80 degrees right now in Dallas. It's a little bit warmer here because we haven't seen any rain at all. The rain cool air hasn't really been anything tonight. You know, rain cool air actually hasn't really affected the temperatures a whole lot tonight because it's actually, the rain isn't that cold. it's not really that cold, so it's not really cooling down the atmosphere that much. Only cooling it down by a few degrees. You're gonna go back home? Storms coming down? I got you. Yeah, storms are calming down for the most part across really all of North Texas, so, and really all across the country. You're good, Floppa. No problem at all. Back to these storms real quick. These are the only severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing right now. Again, in Oklahoma, there's a potential for ping pong ball sized hail. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour near Byron. That's near 11. And that's kind of going to the south near Jet and Nash eventually. It's also another severe thunderstorm warning to the east of that. That's probably going to expire. Near Wichita, though, there is a severe thunderstorm warning near Mays, Andell, and as well as near Mount Hope and Bentley. That's going off to the northeast at about 15 miles per hour. Potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and also ping pong ball sized hail exists with this storm. That's the threat size of right now with these storms. I'll watch these pretty closely, but other than that, that's all the storms that we have on the radar right now. It's been a pretty active night overall. The storms are starting to kind of fizzle down a bit more in activity. These might go on for another few hours, but the ones in North Texas are completely done, it looks like, for tonight. Might again see some showers in DFW tonight, but no severe weather is expected. And yeah, that's what we're kind of looking at for tonight. Yeah, that's what we're currently looking at for tonight. Oh, wait, taking a look at the evolution real quick. I'm going to bring this up real quick. Of these storms tonight. Let's go to the weather view, and let's go and take a look at the. This is a look at the satellite, or not. This is the satellite. This is the infrared imagery. So this is over the last few hours. You can kind of see how the storms developed initially, and you can just see how high those cloud tops got. The cloud tops are actually still surprisingly high. And the darker colors here are going to represent your higher cloud tops. Let me go and pause it. I just pause it. There we go. But right here near basically Stephenville, those are where the higher cloud tops exist right now. You can also see the storms up in Oklahoma. Those are actually not that tall, to be honest with you. There's little specks of maybe some darker reds that represent colder cloud tops, but you can see the evolution up there in Oklahoma. Storms have been kind of blown up here over the last hour or two. So those storms developed kind of really around or after sunset. And obviously some storms back out to the east of us across areas like Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, those areas. And then obviously we see some storms in North Texas, the ones that have actually been the most severe out of all of them today. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at there. I don't know, Flop. I actually have to fix that too. I don't know why. Stream Elements is kind of weird. I don't know why it's being weird. I honestly, I don't know why I keep saying C. Yeah, if anybody else has any questions, let me know. Probably be live for a few more minutes. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be live for. Severe thunderstorms are kind of dying down, as I mentioned before. The only ones that are ongoing and still kind of developing are in Oklahoma and as well as in southern Kansas. But yeah, for the most part, those aren't too much of a concern for the night, besides maybe some ping pong ball sized hail. It's also a lot more of rural areas here. Near Wichita, again, there's a ping pong ball sized hail just west of Wichita. It's all west of Interstate 235. Also, I do appreciate everybody that's liked the stream tonight. Also became a subscriber. We officially did hit 100 likes on the live stream. Really appreciate everybody's support. And as well as becoming a subscriber here on YouTube. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, it's been an active night overall. If you have any photos, again, any pictures of any of the storms that happened tonight, any of that sort of stuff, and you own the photos and whatnot, send them into our Facebook page or into our YouTube channel, or into our, I should say, Instagram. Those are the places you can send any photos, videos, anything like that. And it might be featured, so keep in mind. Trying to find something. Yeah. By the way, just so I put this in the chat real quick, make sure to check out our Linktree link. That will link you to all of our social media pages. And if you click it, you can go to our social media pages. You can follow those. You can also find other things that you can do on there. It's basically all the links to all of our stuff. It's all in one place. So if you ever have any sort of, want to follow us on social medias or do anything like that, or look at our website as well, you can kind of click that link and go through that, and it'll kind of show you all that sort of jazz. And also, by the way, our website has a bunch of graphics on it. I'm going to pull it up real quick. This is our website, NTXWeatherCenter.com. See our homepage, but you can go to the 7-day forecast. This updates every day, sponsored by the Dashner Law Firm. You can also check them out there. This live stream is also sponsored by the Dashner Law Firm, as well as the Platinum Contracting Roofing Company, as well as All Dents Repair. All of those are really great companies. See the latest hourly forecast, by the way, for the DFW Metroplex. This updates every hour. You can see there's a potential for storms between about 11 to 12 o'clock. Going to be a low-end threat, mainly just rain tonight. So you can also check that out. You can also take a look at the daily conditions. This will give you an outlook for tonight, as well as tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow, you can see all of us will be in the 90s, so it's going to be a warm day again tomorrow. And then you can also take a look at the live radar view. So it shows you kind of the live radars, interactive stuff like that. The Severe Weather Center, my favorite part of this, it shows you the severe weather outlooks for North Texas. As you can see here, this is today's outlook. You can take a look at tomorrow's outlook. the day 3 outlook. Again, there's a marginal risk back out to the northeast near Paris and Bonham for Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that is all shown for North Texas. And we also have a hurricane center, kind of shows you the hurricane outlooks as well. And it also shows you a bit of a live radar as well, and a satellite imagery. So, yeah. Take a look at our website. Again, take a look at that Linktree link. I'll post it again in chat. But other than that, that's what you can look at for all those sort of things. It's really cool. I highly recommend you use our website, by the way, for any North Texas weather stuff. There's no ads, by the way, so you don't have to deal with ads everywhere. The only ads are really just our sponsors, so the ads are very limited. Okay, sorry. I missed a lot of chat stuff. Okay. When all the severe weather ends, I'll probably end my live stream before the severe weather ends, actually, so. Because a lot of this is just Oklahoma. I don't think there's really anything in Texas right now. Yeah, there's only one warning. It's not in our coverage area. The only storms right now are just the ones up in Kansas and Oklahoma right now. Stephenville, yeah, Stephenville actually got missed by the main rain area. I'll go down to Texas real quick. You guys actually, I think, got missed by that main rain area. I appreciate it, Floppa, yeah. Our website's really cool. Definitely check it out. Yeah, the rain, for the most part, is missing you down to the south. So, unfortunately, Stephenville won't get the most of the rain, but... Yeah, definitely make sure to follow us, too, on Twitter and stuff like that. All that's linked on our link tree, so, again, make sure to check that stuff out. And our Facebook page, our YouTube. We're on YouTube, so I don't know why you'd be following us on YouTube when we're already on YouTube. Yeah, that's what's basically going on right now. Again, as I kind of mentioned, a lot of the storms have kind of fizzled out. We're looking at basically just a few rumbles of thunder with this storm south of Stephenville, but that's about it. Still lightning like crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning out there with these storms, without a doubt. Yep, that is basically what we're looking at for tonight. Let's see what time it is. It's about 11 o'clock, my time. I don't want to keep streaming, but I don't really have much to stream. Should I make my forecast for tomorrow live? Should I do that? Should you guys be interested in seeing that for North Texas? Should I do my forecast right now? That slight risk on day 3, could that go enhanced for tornadoes? I'm not sure. I've not really taken a look at day 3 because I really do mostly North Texas weather. I do other weather obviously on the side of it, but yeah, North Texas as of I'll have to look a bit more. Yeah, maybe in Illinois or Indiana. I have not looked though, so I'll take a look at that, but as of right now, I'm not 100% sure. So tomorrow there might be a marginal risk for severe weather for North Texas, by the way. I'm just looking at the latest radar or the model run. But yeah, I think I'm going to do my forecast for tonight live. I give you an idea of how my forecasts go. Because this is usually my like nightly this is like the forecast for the day of, basically. Every forecast that you see every night, for the most part, is these sort of forecasts. So I'll go ahead and probably do it live for you guys if you want. Wow, that's impressive, Flop. Sounds like you're safe, though, which is good. Yeah, there's a possibility for some severe weather tomorrow in North Texas, by the way. Tomorrow, I'll probably... again, there's basically like a marginal risk of severe weather. From what I see right now. Alright, let's go and do this, alright? Let's go and do this. So... I'm going to go and do my forecast live for tomorrow. It's basically, I'm just going to record it, but I'm going to bring all my graphics over here. And I'm going to go and organize my forecast for you. It's going to be a first. I've never done this before, but I might lose some viewers. That's okay. I don't really, honestly, it's not a big deal to me. I just want to go ahead and kind of show you guys how the forecast goes when I make them in the morning and stuff like that, how I kind of make it. So, as you probably know, I make it with Pivotal Weather. And this is not a paid advertisement, by the way. It's just what I do. So I make my forecast with pivotal weather, kind of go through the forecast graphics. This is a quick version of it. But I'll kind of go in depth on certain topics, not always the same in every forecast. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of like what I do. So kind of show you what I'm going to do in this forecast. So I plan on mentioning in tomorrow's forecast, which is tonight's forecast. I'm literally making this for tonight. But basically for the morning forecast, I'm going to probably dive a little bit into this, maybe this tropical system, how early it is. And we'll also go into temperature outlook for Sunday, as I normally do, and as well as the temperature outlook for Sunday afternoon. By the way, Sunday afternoon, it might reach 100 degrees in portions of North Texas, so it's going to be hot. Just kind of want to throw that out there. But there is a potential for a marginal risk of severe storms. Again, tomorrow has not been issued by the Storm Prediction Center yet, but I would not be surprised if it does get issued. So something to look out for there. But yeah. What other things should I mention in tomorrow's forecast? Anybody have any ideas? So I'll do the temperatures. I'll do the future radar, as well as maybe jet stream, what's happening there. Yeah, not in this forecast. I won't do it in the forecast, but yeah, I can look at day 3. Actually, I can probably do it now. Let me go into the regional view of the Ohio Valley real quick. I'm not sure. Let's see. This is for Sunday, right? Yeah, this is Sunday, right? Day 3 is Sunday. Looks like some storm activity. Let me look at the tornado parameter real quick. Tornado threat doesn't seem to be that high, at least according to the tornado parameter. So tornado threat doesn't seem to be much of a threat. Actually, I looked at the Storm Prediction Center. They said it was primarily going to be damaging winds and large hail. I looked at that earlier today. So I don't think there'll be much of a threat otherwise, but... Okay. So for right now, as you guys probably know, in the last few forecasts I've done on here on my YouTube channel, they've had cool intros. I know a lot of you guys have actually enjoyed those intros. So I'll keep doing them, but this will not include the intro. I usually make the intro after I do the forecast, like in this forecast. I like the intros too. You know, I'll just share it with you because I really don't care, but the audience retention rate is actually like 20 to 30% higher in the intro now than it used to be. My audience retention rate was like 65%, usually within the first 30 seconds. Now it's up to like 85 to 90%. So the intro has actually made a huge difference, but let's start with the future radar, and let's go from there. Actually, I might bring up the instability values too. This forecast. Ron, probably before noontime will be your best chance for doing any source stuff like that. I don't know why I'm looking at the tornado parameter. Let's look at the instability for tomorrow. Instability for tomorrow is actually going to be pretty high, so. Okay, let's go and make my forecast. Here's my 7-day forecast. Let's make sure this is centered. Again, this is inside view of my normal morning forecast, so that's what we're doing. Hopefully you enjoy. This is the first time I'm doing it live, but that could do a slight for hail. Can't rule that out. All right, let's get right into it. Let's go and make the forecast. As I mentioned before, there will be an intro to this forecast, so this is not the only part to the forecast. So it's going to start out a little bit weird, but I might have to do a few runs at this. Usually I can get it first try, but with how much I've been talking over the last 2 hours, there's a possibility I have to do a few tries at this. Actually, wait. I want to add one more thing in. Tropical tidbits. I don't know if this is even commercially used. I don't remember, but I'm just going to pull this off to the side real quick. I want to go and look at the water temperatures. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna use tropical tidbits just in case. I can't remember if they allow commercial use or not. I'm a bit more cautious about the whole commercial use thing because of the phishing thing that happened, or I keep saying phishing, I don't know why. The phishing scam, though, that happened on Facebook, so I'm gonna avoid it for now. All right, let's go make a forecast. Here we go. Again, this is an inside look at how my forecasts usually go in the morning. Most of them are not edited, by the way. I mean, usually I don't edit my forecast, so here we go. This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 3-minute forecast, and let's take a look right at the... Okay, good start. All right, let's try that again. This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 3.5-minute forecast, and let's get right into that potential for some showers and storms this afternoon. There might be a marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon for maybe a few storms that develop. It's going to be pending on that cap, and we'll see if that cap does weaken. Now, if you want more information on the cap, you can take a look at the card at the top of your screen. But this is around 6 o'clock tonight. If the cap is able to weaken, you can see maybe some showers and storms may develop. Any of the storms that do develop may produce some hail or maybe some damaging wind gusts if, again, they're able to develop. By 8 o'clock, most of this stuff will fizzle out, pretty similar to what we saw last night. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of what to expect today. And eventually by Sunday, there might be an isolated shower or storm back off to the northeast. There's actually marginal risk for severe weather for Paris, Bonham, and as well as Sulphur Springs. Again, that is a potential for maybe some damaging wind gusts or large hail on Sunday. DFW is forecasted to stay dry on Sunday. Take a look at the instability for today. You can see a lot of us will have high instability values, which really indicates that we might see some storms this afternoon. Values as high as 3,000 to 4,000 across the area. Again, we'll maybe initiate a few showers or storms later this afternoon, depending again on that cap. Temperatures out there this morning, we're starting out in the upper 60s and low 70s. Eventually by lunchtime today, and many of us will warm up into the upper 80s and low 90s, and eventually by about 4 o'clock, we'll rise into the mid 90s. So it'll be another hot day out there. Heat wave is going to continue for the next several days, but there is some relief in sight. And luckily, we might see some sort of cold front come through, but it probably won't be for another 7 days or so. But this is a look at the jet stream over the next several days. Here's your jet stream, as you can kind of see up here. Any of that red area representing your jet stream back off to the north. By Thursday, you can see that jet stream will start to actually dip going into next weekend. And here's your little dip here. You can see our ridge is built off here to the east, basically northeastern Texas, or northeastern New England, excuse me, and back off to the west in portions of the mountains. You can see there's a low pressure system that will start to develop back out to the west. This trough will likely become negatively tilted, which might bring a severe weather potential for maybe early next week, not this upcoming week, but the following week. So this will be pretty much right around May 23rd or 24th. This may bring some severe weather to portions of the southern or central plains. A lot of question marks on if this will happen, where it'll happen, and whatnot, but we can probably guarantee there will be at least some sort of cool down with this. And eventually going into the later end of the month, there might be another similar situation that might occur where we might see another trough. So looks like a bit more of an active weather pattern to end off the month. This has been brought up a few times. We've looked at the tropics. The GFS model is the only model showing this, but there might be some sort of tropical development sometime late this week. And this might bring, again, maybe a potential for a tropical storm to develop. This is just one computer model, again, showing a big hurricane will develop. I'm not forecasting a hurricane by any means, but maybe something to watch. There might be a little tropical depression or storm that develops maybe sometime late this week. Something to watch, definitely. But as of right now, very low confidence that anything will happen with that. Take a look at the temperatures tomorrow morning. We'll start out in the upper 60s and low 70s, and by the afternoon we'll be even hotter than today. Many of us will warm up into the upper 90s, close to 100 in Dallas, 103 in Abilene. Usually it's North Texas Weather Center 7-day forecast, and again, temperatures over the next several days are going to be hot. It's going to be remaining that way for the next, basically the entire week. No cool down is in sight as of right now, but again, stay tuned for next weekend as we might have that trough bring some rain and maybe even a bit of a cool down. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, All Dense Repair, and the Dashner Law Firm. Okay, that's the forecast. All right, got that done. Let's see if I am surprised that the viewer count did not drop during that forecast, but all right, that's the forecast for tomorrow, by the way. So if you had any questions about the forecast for the next few days in North Texas, there you go. Whew. All right, I've talked a lot tonight. Actually, a few showers right now in DFW, by the way. There's a little shower near Fort Worth, Arlington, plus near North Richland Hills, and as well as near Colleyville. Okay. I did not miss any questions. Cool. Tropical Storm Chaser. Yeah, the Tropical Storm Central, I don't know if you guys have heard of that Facebook page, but that Facebook page posted something about this tropical system or whatever developing next week. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just posting it just in case. I mean, you know, usually that sort of stuff, it's a low confidence play. I don't think it will happen, though. I don't think we'll see anything. Never know, though. May, we sometimes, you know, again, 7 out of the last 8 Mays we've seen a tropical storm, so there's a possibility we do see one, but in my opinion, it's a pretty low-end chance. Again, if you are new here to the live stream, make sure to follow us on Facebook. Subscribe, by the way, here to our YouTube channel. Like the stream. We do a lot of live streams like this, as well as a lot of videos and stuff like that. Been live for 3 hours, I believe. Yep, we've been live for 3 hours, so it's been a long live stream, and for some reason, this radar won't update. There's actually a considerable threat, by the way, near Anthony, and my whole software, I think. Oh, never mind. It's good. It's a considerable threat right now near, let's see. This is near Nash and Jet now. This is a potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and golf ball sized hail. So this is a new warning there. Has a considerable threat labeled on it. Getting the latest radar update right now, by the way. So just a quick look at it so you can kind of see. Here's your storm right here. So producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and golf ball size hail. So definitely a pretty strong, severe storm there. And that's moving down to the south. So it'll be going toward Jet and Nash here pretty shortly. Other than that, that's what we're looking at for tonight. Again, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like the stream. That is probably going to wrap it up for tonight. I do appreciate everybody that has been tuning in tonight. It has been a long live stream, and it's been a really good live stream. I appreciate everybody tuning in, as I mentioned before. Love the interaction. Appreciate you guys, as always. Make sure to follow us on Facebook. Click the Linktree link. I'll post it in chat one more time. If you want to follow us on Facebook, any of those other platforms, it's a direct link to our website as well. Has all the links embedded on that one link. So click the Linktree link. You can get more information on all the other stuff that we offer, as well as our website. We have an hourly forecast that updates all automatically, all the Storm Prediction Center outlooks, and everything that you need to know. It's ad-free and whatnot, so most of the site is at least. So definitely check that out. If you ever want to become a supporter on our YouTube channel, make sure to click the join button down below. It starts from $2.99 per month. I run this page full time, so it would mean the world to me if you do help support that passion. And I do appreciate everybody's tuning in tonight. Again, if anything else does happen tomorrow, might go live again tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm not sure if I'll go live yet. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure if there'll be any severe weather yet, but there might be some in North Texas. So just stay tuned for that on our Facebook page. Next YouTube video will be out in a couple of hours, probably at about midnight or so. So if you're going to bed early, you probably won't be able to see it. But other than that, that's basically it for tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in again. And that will be it. Thank you for coming to the stream. Subscribe, like the stream, and have a great night, everybody. We'll see you.